Right. Yeah, true. Did that? I don't know if that came through or not. I sent it again. I don't know. Yeah, I thought. I don't know. I don't know if it went through or not. All right. Oh. Oh. Wow. Well, I gonna make it a game right at the end, huh? I don't know, man. Even if they pull this, even if they eke this game off, right? I'm don't know if I picked the Milwaukee Bucks to win this series. And the way I'm feeling from these first two games, even if they eke this game out right here, I'm not feeling comfortable. I mean, again, I always said Miami was a dark horse team, and they're living up to it. They living up to that, especially taking out the Bucks. If they could take out the Bucks, Bam Adebayo just fouled out. Man, is he still that young? Holy shit! I didn't even realize he was still that young. Yeah, wow. Kind of amazing when you think about it because that just shows you what type of ceiling he has, right?
True.
Hmm.
Bam fouled out, but don't matter at this point. Bucks got to get a star point guard, or else Giannis is dipping. I'm telling you, that man is gonna be out soon. Trust me. ID tomorrow is the Clippers and the Nuggets. Say we do that one too.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Well, is that the 9 o'clock game?
That's the 9 o'clock one. I don't know who plays before that. I'm gonna have to check the schedule. It might be the Celtics and the Raptors for Game Three. All right, man. But we'll see what happens.
I think the game is essentially over. I mean, they needed three here. What's up, Chopstick? Appreciate you coming through. I still think Milwaukee wins the series. I was just talking about that, Chopstick. I think if they go down 2-0, I'm definitely not comfortable with that. But even if they eat this game out, Chopstick, I'm kind of rethinking them winning the series because look, Chopstick, this is what I say. Sports, and I say this in boxing and when I talk about sports is entirely, it's not entirely talent and culture. Mental plays a huge part. And I don't like uh the Milwaukee Bucks is mental right now, Joystick. You know, I don't know. It's just like I think they look kind of mentally weak. What about you, Lewis? What do you think?
I was saying that I feel like to me they're too much of a finesse team because Giannis is really the only like power guy. So I don't think they play with enough like physicality, and they to me
Right,
they lack toughness for me. I could just see that they're not a really tough team. In Miami, they have grit, they have toughness, and it goes down from the coaching to the players. So I just feel like if this is what they have to be careful about because if Miami doesn't, I mean, sorry, if Milwaukee doesn't try to match at least the toughness part or try to get physical with the Heat just to let them know that they can't mentally or physically push them around, then
right.
to that point, I really think that Miami has a shot to knock them off. I still pick the Bucks to win this series, but I just think that if Milwaukee doesn't pick up the intensity and start to realize that they're down 2-0, they could be gone even pretty sooner than that.
Yeah, well, they put themselves in a real particular situation going down 2-0. I mean, game 2 and 3 is a must almost, right? Because I can't see them doing a Denver Nuggets. It's a different situation. Denver Nuggets, they have their pieces. They have all their pieces together. Denver Nuggets had pieces come along, and they came along right at the right time for them to pull off that 3-1. They were the stronger team. But right here, these teams are equally matched, and I cannot see them coming down from a 3-1 deficit. So if they allow Miami to run the table on the first two games, they have to run the table on the next two games, or essentially it's a wrap.
All right, guys, as you can see the score, it's already five. It's 5-4 right now. OKC ahead of Houston. We're just waiting for the game to finish so that they could send us to the other game in the bubble for OKC against the Houston Rockets. So we're just waiting. Look at this. Miami's winning with Jimmy Butler only scoring 10 points in this game, and he only took one shot in the second half. That's alarming because in the first game, he torched them for 40 points.
I know. And that blew my entire prediction this morning. I was dead right on Jimmy Butler, and still they lose. And I'm like, bro, I cannot see them winning, bro. It's really changing my whole perspective on them winning. And doesn't change anything that I thought about Miami because I thought that they could beat everyone, right? And they're proving that could be true. I think that if this is going to be a hell of a finals matchup because I believe it'll be Celtics versus Heat.
Mm-hmm. But
Oh,
hey, I spoke a little too soon because the Bucks stole the inbound on that double team by George Hill and Kyle Korver, and Brooke Lopez was able to steal the ball and was able to put it
follow him.
on a lot of contact. Why would that was a terrible
That
play by that?
was stupid. Sorry, Lewis. I didn't mean to cut off what you were saying, but
No.
okay, guys, let me explain what just happened here. The Milwaukee Bucks just did something extremely stupid and got lucky and got paid off for it. They should have fouled Butler immediately, but they messed around. Butler tosses the ball up. Brooke Lopez catches it and gets it to go into the basket. That was all a breakdown by Miami right there. Butler should have just held the ball until they fucking foul him. Why would he try to? Why would he try to throw it or call a timeout? They got two timeouts. That's a breakdown by Butler right there, man. And super lucky by the Milwaukee Bucks.
Bucks got lucky on that play, but that was really stupid on Jimmy Butler, man. That's called time. That's uh poor clock recognition too, because you got to understand that you got to force them to foul you, man, because they're desperate to try to get that steal. So that's just and you could have used one of your timeouts at the very least, man, because also you advanced the ball. You didn't. You started to go back. So should have called the timeout right then and there if you knew you wasn't going to be able to get around that double team. Because remember, you're up 2 points,
All
and
right.
they're still looking. Oh my! Oh man, the Bucks almost got the steal. Wow, they got fortunate again, and it ended up in the hands of Butler, and he drew the foul. Okay, guys, just giving you an update. OKC is up 11-10 on the Houston Rockets right now in the first quarter. 7:19 remaining. While we're waiting for this game to end, so that they could take us to that game, so me and D could give you that basketball commentary, man. Basketball with Lewis and D. OKC versus the Houston Rockets.
Hey, I left you a message in the chat, in the private chat. I meant, Lewis.
All right, Mark says, "What are we doing?" G Money says the Heat had 2 timeouts. Eric Hood had called one. The score. What's the time? It's 7.7 seconds remaining, I believe.
Yeah, 7 seconds left. Oh boy, is behind, bro. What the hell is going on? My scoreboard's on the fritz. Right at the top. All right, baby. Right at the top it says OKC versus Houston 13-10, but my scoreboard say 11-7. But right there on the scoreboard it say 13-10. So my scoreboard is on the fritz, guys. Just look up in the left corner there is the accurate score. I guess it'll catch up eventually. 7.2. Hey, let me see.
You might have to refresh the page too, maybe.
Oh, okay, I got you. I got you, Lewis. All right, there we go. Now my scoreboard caught up, guys. Chopstick said they need to get Corver open for a three. They do. They need to find Corver or Middleton. Unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Now listen, Lewis, what happens if this game goes into overtime? Are they on the same network?
Yeah, 114-111 with 7.7 seconds. If this goes to overtime, I gotta figure out a way to see this other.
It's on the same network.
Mm-hmm.
So they won't unless the network switches the game, then we'll be stuck.
Yeah, which they haven't yet. I wish they just would though.
Yeah, I do too. I'm downstairs, so I can't get onto the I can't get onto
Mm-hmm.
my network. I got the network, but I'm not on it.
Right. Oh wow. But that was just not a good foul by Goran Dragic, man. Let me see if that was a foul because Middleton got foul shooting the 3-point shot.
All right, I'm glad this game here, bro. I'm gonna try to get on this.
That's not a foul. Middleton was leaning on that shot. Let's see if he is clutch or misses. Okay, he makes the first. So he cuts it to a 2-point game. OKC is up 17-16 on the Rockets early first quarter. So we're kind of stuck now, guys, because I'm trying to switch and I can't find anything. All right, so 114, 113.
Yeah, I believe it's on the same network, Lewis, like a double header maybe.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe they give Middleton that call. Wow.
Guess what? And guess what, guys? They don't have a challenge. They don't have a challenge. So they couldn't even challenge that call. That's why you gotta save those challenges. You gotta save those challenges.
Wow. I just can't believe Miami just made some boneheaded plays down the stretch to blow that game because they should have had this game easy. And I honestly think that Middleton did not get fouled on that play because Dragic went straight up. Middleton's body with his
Yeah, this is crazy.
motion. Yeah, no, that's not a foul.
No, I think it is. I think it is. I think it is. He moved too close. He kept his hand straight up, and yeah, well, he moved too close, man. This whole giving the shooters space to land. Like, here's the thing: some shooters shoot the ball. You know how they kind of edge forward when they shoot the ball. Some of them go back. Some of them come straight up and down. You still can't intrude their space. Look, now he went straight up, but he's in his space. He's in his space. He came too close, man. Watch, peep it out. Peep it out. Look, boom. He came too close.
I bet that's what Steve Jabby's probably saying, knowing him in his math.
Yeah.
Oh no, you know what? Dragic is way too close to Middleton. Way too
Yeah,
close.
you feel me? You feel me? He intruded in on his space.
The reason that I'm saying that is because you have to look at the positioning of Dragic's legs when Middleton shoots the ball. That's where the closeness happens because normally that wouldn't be a foul. If he gave him a little bit more space, that's not a foul. But he was too close with his legs.
Right.
All right, so they gave the ball to Butler. Let's see what he does. Takes a step back for the win. Oh, wow. It's going to OT. So it looks like we are stuck.
Well, it's gonna be basketball live with Lewis and me, OT on the Bucks versus Miami. We're gonna keep you posted. Both got the scoreboards up. Lewis got the scoreboards up. I got the scoreboards up on the other game. That boy Doug in the building. Who y'all rooting for? I got no horse in this race, my friend, on either game. But I'm rooting for whoever team is yours. How about that?
Of course, Mark, because you're a Bucks fan. Well, you're a Giannis fan, to be honest, but still, man. Yeah, no, middle. Yeah, and he went into his space, but the thing is, they're gonna look at the position of his legs where Middleton went in close, so they're gonna make that call. That's the problem. I don't believe it's a foul personally, but that's what they're gonna call because of the whole. It's part of one of the rule changes, man. So it doesn't make any sense. Wait, Butler's going to the free throw line? I don't think so. Oh wait, they might be checking to see if he got fouled because if he did, that means that he could win the game in regulation. All he got to do is make one free throw. Man, what a crazy ending to this game.
Well, it needs one free throw and it's over.
Oh, Giannis. Giannis.
Butler hits one free throw and it's over.
Damn, Giannis put his hand on Butler when he shot the ball, his left hand. All he's got to do is make one, it's over. That's all he needs.
Well, good.
If Jimmy does not get the call, the Bucks got a huge break. The Bucks get a huge break. So what is the call going to be? All right, guys. Houston is leading 18-17 with 4:40 remaining in the first quarter. Just giving you guys that update. I know as well as you guys can see the scoreboard. Well, it's 19-20 over here, so it looks like mine is probably more updated. Shout out to Clay Pro. Appreciate you coming through. Let's see what the call is. Is Butler going to that free throw line? Yes, he is.
It's over. No lineup on the floor. They can't tip it. They can't toss it down the court.
No.
Butler hit the free throw. It's over with.
And that's it, man. All Butler's got to do is hit this free throw. Oh, man. Damn. That is a huge call. All right, here it is.
Gosh, I don't get that, bro. Honestly.
That's it. It's over for the Bucks. They will go down 2-0.
One thing is this, you let them shoot. In that case, you go ahead, you put your hands up, you let them shoot, bro. You let him shoot that.
Damn, man. What a way to end, man. Bucks go down 2-0. You got to let him shoot in that situation. You never foul a
Gotta let him shoot.
And Jimmy
Dragic made the same mistake. Like, you let him shoot.
Wow. That left.
Give it to the Bucks, though. Real quick, give it to the Bucks though, because I think this game was essentially over at 20 seconds in, right? And then so they actually made it to this point. Jose Yepes in the building, Bucks 2-0. I know, Jose, crazy, ain't it?
Wow. Man, we're gonna see what the Bucks are made of. How do they respond in Game 3 on Friday? We're gonna see, but they lose a very tough one. All right, guys. So we are finally in the other bubble. OKC versus the Houston Rockets. 3:47 remaining in the first quarter. 23-19. Houston leads. Looks like something was going on. It might have been a skirmish because I see Harden is giving fives to his teammates, and then looks like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I wonder if something happened. Maybe something didn't happen, but we'll see. Looks like we got a commercial break. All right, so. Wow. I mean, listen, they're down 2-0, but we'll see what happens, man. The series is not over, but the Bucks are in trouble because they can't afford to lose the next game. They got to treat the next game They got to treat the rest of the series like it's a game 7, because if they don't, they're going to be gone early. We're looking at, I mean, it's possible. I don't want to say sweep because the Bucks are, a good team to say that they're going to get swept, but they got to literally wake up, though. They got to wake up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, and like D mentioned, Giannis made the same mistake that Goran Dragic made. It's just the difference with Dragic and Giannis put his hand on the shooter as he was defending the shot with his right hand, but then touched him with his left. And then what happened was with Dragic, he went straight up, but the problem was his legs were in contact with Middleton's, despite the fact that Middleton was going into Dragic. So that's where the mistake was on both parts, because you got to give the shooter space. So, as much as it stinks, because remember, the rules are supposed to benefit the shooter. Well, especially if the referees see it, because sometimes they'll turn curtain to a blind's eye and not even make the call, even though there was probably a clear foul, because you know how these referees are.
Are you on a commercial?
I'm on commercial.
Kid on a swing, maybe in the barbershop. Some Wells Fargo commercial, are you?
I'm on Wells Fargo right now.
All right, cool. I'm just trying to make sure we're in the same place. Here's we are, my friend. We are on point. Right, there we go. All right, we got it. Me and Lewis got to be on page, on the same page, so we can get y'all that 1-2 combo. Jose Yepes says it's over. Miami Celtics in the Eastern Finals. Hey, man. Hey. I don't know, Jose. You might be right, buddy. Ron Cohen in the building. What's good? Brandon Nicholson. What's good, my man? Appreciate you guys coming through. You might be right, Jose. You just might be right. I was just saying that before you came in, Jose. We could be looking at a Miami versus Boston. And look, let me tell y'all guys something. I called this, right? Would this be crazy or what, Lewis? I wish I would have bet this. I wish I didn't know anything about gambling because I hadn't started the NBA prediction show and I hadn't been in the gambling side of it at all, right, guys? But I called this before this playoffs. I said Denver Nuggets, and Lewis know I've been calling the Denver Nuggets my dark horse team on the way. Denver Nuggets versus the Miami Heat in the finals. What happens if I'd be right about that, right? And I didn't bet it. You know what the odds had to be on that? Probably massive odds. All right, guys. So we are into our game. 19-23 is the score. At the top, Dennis Schroeder passes the ball to Dennis Schroeder at the top of the key. Back over to Shea Alexander. Alexander dribbles down inside, gets held up, kicks it outside. And as Dort drives inside and catches the blocking foul, looks like Jeff Green's going to catch the foul on Dort. So Dort will go to the line for 2. 19-23, Houston up by 4. What do you think about Game 7 here? Do you think Houston closes it out, Lewis?
When I look at this Houston Rockets team, the only way I see them closing out is if they continue to do what got them their wins. They're going to have to move the ball, which they did very well. They got great shots when they were able to penetrate OKC's defense. And then also what they have to do is continuously move the ball and get good open 3-point shots. And then once they start to get into a rhythm, they live by the 3, die by the 3. They could kind of start chucking away a bit. Because OKC is not a good 3-point shooting team. But that's the only way I see them closing it out. They have to win when the game is by a wide margin. If they're in a close game in the fourth quarter, I got the Oklahoma City Thunder because I feel like with Chris Paul as the floor general, he makes better decisions with the basketball compared to Harden and Westbrook. All right, so it looks like Daniel House misses that. No, Covington misses that 3. Excuse me. Here comes Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, comes all the way down the floor, and we have an offensive foul. Daniel House draws the charge, and the foul will be on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. So we got a 23-20 score with 3:08 remaining in the first quarter. I'm probably guessing you might be a little bit ahead of me. I'm not sure, but we'll still rock whatever. Damn, OKC's got 7 turnovers in the first quarter. They better turn those down. All right, so the ball's given to Covington. Nice fake by Daniel House. Tries to relocate. Gives it to Austin Rivers in the corner for 3, but he can't hit. Nice tap out, but they can't get the rebound. Rebound to Covington. Goes up. Layup. Misses. offensive rebound, Jeff Green, and he puts it back up, puts it in. Houston up 25-20. All right, here comes Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. All right, giving you basketball live finally with Lewis and D. All right, Shai Gilgeous and a reaching foul by Austin Rivers with 2:40 remaining. Take it away, D.
All right. Steven Adams checking back in for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and 25-23 right now, guys. Looked like Steven Adams was having some problem getting worked on back there by the physical trainers, but he's back on the floor now. Ball in for OKC. Chris Paul throw the ball in, gets it into Steven Adams, passes it off to Dennis Schroeder. Schroeder kicks it in the corner. Back to Schroeder up top. Schroeder feints, dribbles down inside, kicks it out to Chris Paul for the three on the side. Chris Paul can't hit. So here comes Russell Westbrook. Let's see how he responds after that debacle in game one. Russell Westbrook kicks the ball to Jeff Green out on the wing. Jeff Green back inside to Westbrook. Westbrook, not double team, almost loses the ball. Turnaround jumper off the glass, scores 27-20. Rockets up by 7, 1:59 left in this first quarter. Here comes Chris Paul. Chris Paul with House Jr. on the defense. Crosses House Jr. up, passes the ball inside to Adams. Adams gets it in the corner to Baisley. Baisley drives down inside, passes it off to Alexander. Alexander, Euro step, and tries to get it back to Baisley. Knocked out of bounds by House Jr. with 4.3 seconds on the clock for OKC to shoot. Pretty good defense right there by the Houston Rockets, and they're going to have to keep that up if they want to close this game out.
Definitely, for sure. And I know Russell got a little bit away with a push, but nice job getting into the post and hitting that bank shot right there. If you're Russ, you want to take high percentage shots. Make sure that they're smart, intelligent shots. You don't want to be taking ill-advised shots at all. All right, so Chris Paul inbounds the ball to Dennis Schroeder with 4 seconds, and he hits a fadeaway three by Dennis Schroeder, man. Bottom of the net, 27-23 to score. Here comes Westbrook. Takes a half spin move, then gives it to Austin Rivers on a cross-court pass. Daniel House drives right, goes for the layup. He can't hit. Chris Paul with the rebound. He then gives it to Dennis Schroeder. Bounce pass to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Goes into the paint, decides to kick it out to Chris Paul. Drives to the middle, then gives it right back to Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder shoots another three-pointer. This time too strong. Steven Adams on the offensive rebound, but he loses the ball. And who's got it? Okay, it's Basley. Basley then gives the ball to Schroeder. Schroeder kicks it out to an open Alexander. Fakes, goes right. Beautiful Euro step, and he draws the foul on P.J. Tucker with 1 minute and 1 second remaining in this first quarter.
Man, I don't like that. I don't like that. Some of these fouls, man, are just digging at me.
It's what the people in the chat were saying. I think Jay was saying it, that the refs are really dictating like the pace of the game with these fouls, which is what I agree with Jay. I don't like it neither. I don't like the fact that the refs dictate these games. It almost makes the sport kind of less authentic when they're pretty much controlling the pace of the calls, especially of the game. You got to let these guys play at some point. All right, 27-25 is the score. All right, Russell Westbrook with the ball, dribbles left, comes to the middle, passes it out to Daniel House, crosses over left, brings it right back, then gives the ball to Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon goes up, he fakes, then he has to kick it out. Good extra pass by Russell Westbrook. P.J. Tucker for 3, but he can't hit. Rebound to Dennis Schroeder. Take it away, D.
All right, here comes Schroeder. Free throw jumper and foul. I'm sorry, Schroeder hits the free throw jumper, 27-27. Russell Westbrook, coast to coast, drives down into the lane and scores. Quick score by Russell Westbrook. That's the Russell Westbrook we used to see in 29-27. Chris Paul with the ball at the other end. Chris Paul out on the wing. And Chris Paul with a nice crossover on Eric Gordon. Kicks the ball in the corner to Baisley for the 3. So it's OKC on top by 1, 30-29. Russell Westbrook in the Houston Rockets on the move. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Russell Westbrook with the ball. Schroeder on the defense. Westbrook pulls up for the 3. Westbrook can't hit. And that's how the first quarter will end, guys. 30-29. High-scoring game. Maybe they'll go over those totals. It's looking good here, guys, and I'm going to be with Lewis 100%. If this game is close like this, in the third quarter, I think I'm going to lean with OKC to take it away.
Yeah, man. Salute to Anthony L. Also, man. Appreciate you coming through out here in the chat. All right, so we got a 30-29 score. And like I said, the Rockets have got to be careful because they cannot allow themselves to be in a close game because you could tell that this is the thing. You're trusting Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and Mike No D'Antoni. Let that sink in now because this is why I said that this is kind of a legacy game for all three players because if Russ loses, that's going to be the fourth straight year that he loses in the first round. Now, in this case, he only played game 5 and game 6, and this is his third game in the series. But at the end of the day, it's going to count despite the fact that he missed it. And then with James Harden, what is he going to be labeled as? He hasn't been able to get to the finals since he's had his own team. He came close a couple of times, and then Mike D'Antoni, a guy who just does not make playoff adjustments every single time. He just sticks with whatever. It's always like you're teaching a dog trying to teach an old dog new tricks, or basically do the same thing and you're expecting different results. It's just not going to work that way. And if he thinks that's going to work, he's probably going to most likely be gone.
Yeah, agree. Absolutely agree.
All right, man. What's going on in the chat? Shout out to Jordan Simpiani. He says that was a day NBA entrance. Oh, New Orleans? Okay. Josh says keep in mind that the refs that cheats is officiating the game. Ah, true. OKC was, they showed the graphic. They finished the quarter on a 10-2 run, and they lead by 1. If you're the Rockets, you don't want to play that kind of game. Like I've been mentioning, you play that kind of close game, and you keep OKC in the game. I got more faith in the Thunder with Chris Paul than I do with James Harden and Russell Westbrook. 1-2. And keep this in mind, too. CP3 was traded for Russell Westbrook. Let's also remember that as well. CP3 was a Houston Rocket last year, and Russ was a Thunder. Imagine if Russ loses to his former team. How's that going to look? So let's also pay attention to that as well.
Right. Oh, my. I just figured something out. Didn't even notice. Pretty cute, man. You know, I was just looking at something, right, Lewis, and my daughter, my 10-year-old daughter, she's been coming on to the lives as a certain her icon. I just figured out that it was her.
Oh wow.
Oh wow, that kid. She's something else.
Oh man. Yo, shout out to Adam. He says Russ is scaring me as a Rockets fan, and it's like again, man. It's like I said, I don't hate Russell Westbrook, man. I want him to win a championship, but again, you've been in the league for 12 years, and it's like you really haven't really learned how to play fundamental. It's mentally, play a more mentally sharp game down the stretch as a superstar. It's 12 years in the league. So that's why you gotta have to kind of be concerned with that. And again, it's like from what I've seen year in and year out with Westbrook, especially when he's been in the playoffs. Like that's all it is. Jay says Rockets ain't worried about the Thunder. Well, I'm gonna say this: they're gonna have to worry about them in the fourth quarter if the game is close. That's when they have to worry about them. So if they don't have to worry about them if the game is out of reach, but if the game is close, they definitely got to worry about them because it explains their 3 losses. Dylan says that was a soft call. Shout out to Dylan Savage. That was a soft call. Heat Bucks should have gone to overtime. It was bad refereeing on both sides, to be honest with you. Miami clearly won that game. They made some mental mistakes. Two calls. It is what it is. Giannis needs a jump shot badly, bro. If I was a GM, I would have AD over GA, no cap. Like I said, not just a jump shot. He needs a post game too. He needs skills in the post. Somebody that big and strong with the physicality that he likes to play. Take it away, D. We are back in live action.
All right, guys. So we got Chris. Is that Chris Paul? I'm sorry. Chris Paul with the ball gets it over to Baisley. Baisley over to Schroeder. Schroeder with the spin move inside. Looks like he drew the foul on House, but to me, and here we go again, guys. To me, it looked like Schroeder was just out of control right there. and fell. Like, I didn't see a foul, but even still, foul called, so Schroeder will bring the ball in. I will say this: these referees, these players better be on their P's and Q's because the refs gonna hit them with the foul. They're gonna hit them. All right, guys. So Dennis Schroeder fakes the three, kicks it back to Chris Paul for the three, and Paul in and out can't hit Jeff Green with the rebound. Comes Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook with Alexander on the defense turns around into Steven Adams. Alexander hits the ball out. Russell gets it over to Green. Green passes it to Tucker. Over to Gordon. Gordon out on the wing. Paisley on the defense. Gordon pulls up for the three, and Paisley gets his hand on it, but P.J. Tucker gets the rebound back to Gordon for three, and Gordon can't hit the other three. Paisley and P.J. Tucker fights for the ball. Paisley comes away with it. Here comes Dennis Schroeder. Has Westbrook on the defense, pulls up for three. Schroeder can't hit. P.J. Tucker comes down with the ball, kicks it to Westbrook. Westbrook down the lane. Schroeder on the defense. Working on Schroeder, turnaround jumper on Schroeder. Westbrook can't hit. Chris Paul with the rebound. He'll bring the ball down for the OKC Thunder. Chris Paul drives down into the lane. Layup inside Chris Paul. 33-31. Take it away, Lewis.
All right. I had to refresh it, so I'm all good now. All right, so here we go. Russell Westbrook with the ball. Gives the ball to Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon dribbles left. Eric Gordon then gives the ball to P.J. Tucker. P.J. Tucker rolls, gives it to Jeff Green. Jeff Green shoots the three-pointer, and he drains that shot. So OKC was up by 2, and the Rockets go back up by 1. 34-33 is the score. Here comes Dennis Schroeder. He brings it to the right side of the court, being guarded by Daniel House, then gives the ball to Chris Paul. The floor general, CP3 Shizzle. Then gives the ball to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Alexander hesitates, tries to drive left, has to stop his dribble. Good defense by Russell Westbrook. Then gives the ball right back to Chris Paul, being guarded by Eric Gordon. Paul zips it to Alexander. Alexander dribbles, shoots it with the right-handed floater. Nice shot by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and puts OKC back up by 1. So here comes Russell Westbrook, comes on the right side, gives the ball to Eric Gordon. He fakes left, drives left. Eric Gordon gets into the paint. He gets stripped, but they got to call the blocking foul on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. With 9:04 remaining in this second quarter, 35-34 is the score.
And it's looking out to be a barn burner, and that's not good for the Houston Rockets. They got to create some kind of distance. They got to get ahead of the OKC Thunder. They cannot let them linger in this game. If they do, I think that favors the Thunder. Again, I agree with Lewis. I think if they let them linger in this game, the later it goes, that favors OKC. Chris Paul is good in the clutch. James Harden and Westbrook are not.
Yeah, Chase, I got a scoreboard. Yep, I got a scoreboard.
Yeah, we upgraded, Chase. You know, we did our thing. Andre in the building. What up, Andre?
All right, man. Eric Gordon at the free throw line. He's averaging 17 points, but only shooting 39% from the field. But he's able to knock down the free throw. 36-35 Houston. Take it away, D.
All right, Chris Paul with the ball gets it over to Dort for 3, and Dort bottom of the net. So OKC goes back up by 2. Here comes James Harden. James Harden dribbles right down inside, goes to the lane, kicks it outside to Jeff Green. Jeff Green gets it over to Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon in the corner to Covington. Covington drives down inside and gets the score. Covington's knocked down after the play, no call. Dennis Schroeder with the ball. Gives it to Chris Paul, back over the Schroeder as James Harden on the defense. Schroeder looking for Dort. Gives it to Dort at the top of the key. Dort dribbles down inside. Gives it off to Noel. Noel back up top to Schroeder. Schroeder drives in on James Harden. Kicks the ball back outside to Paisley for 3, and Paisley drains it. 41-38. Great ball movement right there by OKC. They showed a lot of patience and ended up getting a good shot off by Paisley to hit that three-pointer. I mean, they used every second of that 24 seconds right there. But, you know, again, ball movement. All right, so James Harden comes down. James Harden looking for Jeff Green at the top. Jeff Green fakes the 3, drives down, kicks it to P.J. Tucker in the corner for 3, and P.J. responds with his own 3. So we got a little 3-point shootout going here, guys. 41-41. There's 40 seconds left in the half. Here comes Chris Paul, top of the key. Eric Gordon on the defense, dribbles around the door screen, brings the ball back out top, dribbles around the door screen again, gives the ball back to Dort. Dort puts up a three from the top of the key, and Dort on fire, hits back-to-back threes, 44-41. Go for Lewis.
All right, James Harden penetrates to the rim, kicks it out to P.J. Tucker. He misses the three. 44-41 is the score. Rebound is to Chris Paul. Here comes CP3. Quick dip past the Bagley. Bagley fakes, goes into the middle, and he decides to dunk it, but it looks like he traveled before that. So the OKC now with their 9th turnover. So 44-41 is the score. And salute to Adam real quick in the chat. He's a Rockets fan, but he's keeping it real with what's going on with his basketball team. And I like fans who are objective about their basketball team. So, Adam, I just want to say salute to you in the chat, and I appreciate you being here and obviously being a fan and supporting the team, but also being objective. So salute to you. All right, so Covington shoots a three-pointer, but it's ball short. Rebound is to Chris Paul. Chris Paul decides to pull up for three from the right wing, but he misses the shot. So rebound is to Robert Covington once again. No, sorry, Daniel House, my bad. Eric Gordon with the ball. Gives it to James Harden. Let's see what James Harden's going to do. Here comes the dance. Okay, he pulls it back. He's got Lujan's door on him. Let's see what he does. House sets a screen. Harden splits the defense, goes to the rim, and he gets called for the offensive foul. Now, give Harden credit. He didn't settle for any step back three. He used the screen. He split the defense and got into the paint. But let's see. Man,
come on, bro. Did you see his feet, man? Did you look? He never had his feet planted. Come on.
Look at his left heel. His left heel was up, and that should have been a block.
That is incredible. That's what I'm saying, man. Look, listen. You know, you like to believe that when you hear these narratives, right? And guys, I don't even really like to lean on this. I like to lean on players doing what they're doing on the court and winning the game. And you don't really like to lean on these narratives. But again, would the league rather see the Lakers versus the Rockets, or would they rather see OKC? And then you start seeing these kooky whistles, right? Mm-hmm. Now, if they throw us these kooky whistles in the beginning of the game, right, and they're favoring OKC, and then the tide shifts, it's almost like you can't complain. But when it comes down to the wire and the refs start making these crazy calls, and we see those calls shifting to the Houston Rockets, then you have to give some validity to those narratives that they want the Rockets to win this game, right? Because they're controlling the flow of the game too much. The referees are getting in the way, in my opinion. So I don't know.
And I just want to say also, and D makes a great point first of all, and then let's just check into the chat real quick. Shout out to It's Austin. He says it's X Austin. If the Rockets lose, then Westbrook has a curse. Remember, he loses 4 straight years out the first round. Westbrook hasn't made it out the first round since Kevin Durant. Ron says Lujan is knocking down shots. Very true. If the Rockets lose, Russ isn't the only issue. Many issues. Oh no, Russ is not the only issue. It's James Harden, it's Mike D'Antoni, and it's Daryl Morey. Adam says I really want to see Harden go off. Okay. Jay says Dennis was moving instead of a horrible call. Yeah, that should have been a block, like D was mentioning. Westbrook is going to be just like Carmelo. Can't win for crap. The only difference is that Westbrook did go to the NBA Finals, but he did have Harden and KD. That's the thing. Crowd noise have got the refs distracted. The visuals.
Who said that? That was a good one. That
was Jordan.
Okay, good one, Jordan.
Josh says Westbrook is just low IQ on the court, man, and he really can't shoot. Plus, the league doesn't have his back. Not just the league, the media as well. G Money says Dort and Bazley are contributing. Absolutely. Adam says, haha, Schroeder contributing. The Rockets will win for rating purposes only. And then G Money says Jeff Green has rejuvenated himself in the playoffs. I mean, he's been playing well in the bubble. Period.
I think it might be. I don't know. Do you guys hear echo in the chat here? Usually don't get that echo. Maybe it's just me.
Are they
No. It could have been just me, bro. I was just checking the chat over here. I don't know if over there. Yeah, Chopsticks, I agree. Trey Young is nice, man. We have a lot of nice young talent, to tell you the truth.
All right, guys. Four, and Eric Gordon comes back. I think I hear an echo.
Yeah, I think it's just you and I, Lewis. It's just you and I. We good, brother.
All right, Luke. This is a shot, puts up the rebound, and he draws a foul. 47-44 is the score, so he'll go to the line to shoot two with 5:39 remaining in the first half.
Canada in the building, man. You got the Toronto Raptors doing well. Well, I'm not sure they're down 2-0 by the Celtics, but they did well to get here. And then Dort is from Canada. That's a Canadian native. Playing very well in this playoff. And Dort misses the first free throw, as I say that.
All right, while Lugens Dort goes to the free throw line, If Austin has a question, and he says he knows it's off topic, but as he makes the free throw and gets the roll, he wanted to know how do y'all think his Hornets should take in the draft? He's wondering who he should take. But in the meantime, we'll come back to the question. So Eric Gordon with the basketball. Off to Daniel House. Gets into the paint. And shot. Follows the rebound. Rebound Nerlens Noel. Here comes Dennis Rodman. Full head of steam. Loses the ball. Faces the double team, but recovers the ball. Then gives it to Lugens Dort. Let's see what he does. Oh, wait, is that? No, that's bounce pass to Lugens Dort. Nice cut to the basket by Lugens Dort. And the score. OKC up 50-44. Take it away, D.
Dort is killing him, man. Here comes James Harden to bring the ball down for Houston Rockets down by 6. James Harden with the ball. And James Harden stepped back for the three. And James Harden does what he does. 3-pointer, James Harden, 47. 53-point lead by OKC. Here comes Shea. Shea with the ball. Working on James Harden. Loses the ball. And I think he stepped out of bounds, so it's going to be a turnover by OKC. Alexander or Dort either stepped out of bounds, so they're going to turn the ball over. But yeah, I agree with Kenny Smith. Sorry, guys, I paused for a second there, but they're not paying enough attention to Dort, and he's smashing it. You know, they probably better give him a little more defensive attention because he's slashing to the lane and scoring on these guys almost at will. Here comes James Harden, 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in the half. James Harden out on the wing. James Harden dribbles around the screen, goes down inside, kicks it back outside to Covington. Back over to Covington for 3, and Covington out of the net, tie game 50-50. Here comes Chris Paul for the OKC Thunder. Chris Paul will bring the ball down, dribbles down across and passes it in the corner to Gallinari for 3. So it's back to a 3-point shootout, 53-50. James Harden coming down, Dort on the defense. It was right past Dort, gives it to House Jr. House Jr. back over to James Harden. Thought about the 3, but he kicked it out to Harden. Harden behind the back to Covington for another 3. And Covington can't hit, but Westbrook with the rebound and give it back to Covington. Covington over to Westbrook. Westbrook dribbles down inside, gives it cross-court pass to House Jr. for 3. House Jr. cannot hit. Gallinari comes down with the rebound. And Chris Paul shoots the ball ahead to Alexander. Russell Westbrook in for the defense, but he gets a foul call. The defense by Russell Westbrook got a little bit aggressive there, but he almost got the steal. And again, I do like the defensive intensity that I'm seeing from the Rockets. They are showing a little more attention into that. 3-point lead, OKC over the Rockets.
All right, so it looks like there's a timeout that's going to be taken right now. And listen, the Lakers have gotten a lot of rest because now whoever wins this game faces the Lakers on Friday at 9 o'clock. So just let that be clear. All right, so we are at a timeout.
Now, my scoreboard is working on Down syndrome time. Slow rolling. 50 is 50 to 50, man. 53 to 50, guys. I don't know why it said up in the top corner it does say 53 to 50. So,
people in the chat, let me know if you guys can hear me fine. I think they're saying that they're hearing NBALiveStream. I mean, I do hear it when I talk over here, but I'm just guessing that's between you and me.
Yeah, you said somebody over there said they hear echo?
No, Jay was saying what's that noise, and then the other Jay says he thinks it might be from your end, so I'm not too sure.
I do hear a whistle, like a little high pitch when you talk. I don't have a mic, you know. I'm using my so.
I'm using
a mic, right? You're using a mic.
Yeah.
You may have to make some slight adjustment on the mic. I'm not sure. Like just a high pitched whistle when you talk sometimes.
Okay, let me see.
I need to get a mic.
Let me see. Can you guys hear it?
I mean, I think we're good over here on this end. I don't think anybody can hear anything.
Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, I can hear you. So we on commercial right now, guys. What you say, Lewis?
No, I said, is there echo going on when I talk?
We get to the chat here. Andre said, we got a UFC question. He said, you think if UFC 253 would do better numbers than Charlo called? Yeah, I do. The UFC is actually, as far as pay-per-view is concerned, they're doing better than Andre. So yeah, I would bet they do better as far as the numbers anyway. So Lucas has hit a couple of 3-pointers, doing real good driving down to the lane. And I think, like I was saying before we went to commercial break, they probably want to spend pay a little more attention.
Can you guys hear the echo now?
All right, so pass down that side and see the ball. But PJ Tucker rips that off, so another turnover. Passes it over to Covington, and Covington feeling it from 3-point land. Tie game, 53 to 50. Actually, they must have taken a point away from OKC. They must have said that last score was a 2-point, not a 3, so it's 53-52. Alexander with the ball. Passes it outside for Dort for 3, and Covington comes down with the rebound into the head to James Harden. James Harden back outside for Covington. Covington hot hand. Has a little free can't score. And Russell Westbrook with the rebound. Back up top to James Harden. Dribble down inside. And James Harden drives. And this time we will get the block foul call on Chris Paul.
D, I wrote something in the chat.
Okay. And I'll tell you like this, man. Russell Westbrook is playing opposite. And so
To answer your question, I think that the best player to take would probably be maybe James Wiseman. I like him a lot as for your number 3 pick, for the 3rd pick. I think you should just do that. I think he's probably the best player available for me to take. He has a very high upside ceiling. So I think for your Hornets, I think it'd be good if they would go James Wiseman. But then again, your owner, Michael Jordan over here, is not the best owner when it comes to choosing draft picks. So so good luck with that. But hopefully, if I was MJ, I actually would go with James Wiseman, in my personal opinion. That's just me. All right, so we got a 54-52 lead. Houston is up on OKC by 2 as James Harden knocks out the first free throw.
I don't think he's playing good at all, really, Chopstick. But we'll have to see. He is playing good right now. I'll say that.
All right, James Harden on the second free throw is good. So the score is 56-52. Take it away, D.
All right, here comes Alexander with the ball. Alexander gets it over to Chris Paul. Chris Paul dribbles around, passes it back outside the shooter. Shooter dribbles down inside in the corner to Gallinari. Gallinari thinks about the three. Good defense, good recovery by Covington. Gets it over to Adams. Adams with a quick jump hook. And I think it's a 24-second violation. So once again, good defense by the Houston Rockets. Houston up by 4. 2 minutes left in this half. All right, James Harden backing down Schroeder. No double team. James Harden passes it to Westbrook, but Westbrook can't handle the pass, and he'll lose it out of bounds. So turnover right back by the Houston Rockets. Here comes OKC, takes it away a little bit.
Give me 1 second. Let me see.
Oh, I got it. So Alexander steps back for the 3, and he drains the 3. 1 point game, 56-55. Here comes Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon. Nobody on him. Gallinari steps up. He passes it over to Covington, and Covington can't hit. So here comes Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder passes the ball down the side of Gallinari. He has to mismatch for Eric Gordon over 20. Don't look like he's utilizing that. Gallinari backs up, passes the ball to Chris Paul. Chris Paul with James Harden on the defense. Paul, 5 seconds to shoot, dribbles right around James Harden and loses the ball. People take a picks up. Eric Gordon drives down inside and gets fouled by Gallinari. So Eric Gordon will go to the line for 2. 1 minute, 4 seconds left in this half.
All right, I'm back. I think what I notice is when I switch tabs, it starts to delay the stream, and so that's what happens. And then I have to refresh it. So I'm going to try to stay on here for the rest of the half. All right, Eric Gordon at the free throw line, man. He has 11 points, shooting very well. 11 points. Here's his first free throw, and it is good. 57-55 Houston. Houston with a 2-point lead with 104 remaining. So like we've been saying pregame all the way to the first half, Houston does not want to be close, and it is only a 3-point game. Almost said 2, but Eric Gordon got the roll, so it is 58-55 as a score. All right, we're about to have under 1 minute remaining. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the basketball. All right, dribbles left on James Harden. Has to stop. Gets caught in the air, but Chris Paul's able to get it. Chris Paul drives right, puts it up, and he draws the foul on Eric Gordon. So he'll go to the line to shoot 2 with 55.7 seconds remaining. Take it away, D.
Chris Paul, man, is a master. That's why I say I always tell people he is still premier guard in this league. You give me somebody better. All right, Chris Paul shoots the first free throw and drains it. Very good free throw shooter, Chris Paul, 56-58. Chris Paul, 6 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, working on a triple double. Chris Paul drained the second free throw, 57-58, 1-point under a minute. James Harden at the top of the key. Alexander on the defense, step back three on Alexander, in and out. James Harden can't hit it, but nice by Covington to hit the ball out for touch, and he passed it to Jordan for the long three, 61-57. Dennis Schroeder coming down with the ball for OKC. Out on the wing. Goes around Gordon, who's tied up. Defense about to get the ball to Adams. Shoots the free throw jumper. Can't get. Covington comes down with the rebound. James Harden with the ball. 4-second differential on the shot clock and game clock. James Harden with Dennis Schroeder on defense. He'll hold the ball, drain some time off that clock. 10 seconds to shoot. James Harden letting that time go way down. 5 seconds. James Harden making his move, almost loses the ball, and trying to get it to Gordon. Chris Paul, little time and fouled by Covington. Wow. James Harden, what the hell was James Harden doing right there? I mean, your famous move is the step back jumper. He just did that right there, but he passes the ball to Gordon with like 1 second to shoot. That was terrible by James Harden.
Very terrible.
Yeah. And Covington, you know, he did get his hand on Chris Paul. Chris Paul's such an actor because he barely touches his side. Chris Paul goes into action mode. That was pretty good. That's a veteran move right there. Chris Paul drains both free throws. So that's how we're going to end the half. I doubt that they're going to score a point. 6 seconds. 59-61 at the half. Houston up on top. As my man Lewis going to the kitchen to cook up some of these half stats. You guys talking about stats. Jordan said, shoot, damn it. Chris Paul and no players been up, cousin. And what's up with you? What's cousin? Cousin, it was a 6-man up and down, Jay, but look at the other things he's been doing. So I think he's much proud of him do what he's doing. He's passing the ball around, you know what I mean? Jay says LeBron has no chance to speak his line around Jordan. LeBron walking from that Jordan. Yeah. Jay Jefferson said, including the game when Chris Paul had like 1 assist. Yeah, I mean, again, like assist ain't everything. I think that, again, you got to kind of give and take. Would you rather Chris Paul stack his stats on the sticks and do what he does on the sticks, or would you rather him play the way he's been playing? Chris Paul clearly responsible for keeping his team in there like that. So I wouldn't rag on his assists too much. I mean, me personally, I don't care if he's not putting up his numbers if he's playing the way he's playing. That's just how I'm looking at it. And, his assists might be down, but they're in a game with the Rockets. And he has a lot to do with that. So, again, I'm not really comparing for assists in that instance. Let's see what we got now. Trying to get all these guys. Jordan Sempiani says, don't need offense if you have left. I hear you, Jordan. My coach says, what's on the menu? What isn't helping by pulling the DA every time you turn around? Jay Jefferson says, I think it's AK. I don't know what that means. And Clay I don't know what you mean. Maybe you missed there. Low CT, what's up? What's the G money? Adam, the hockey is here. We finished cooking, Louis. You ready for those stats? Jeff Van Gundy would always defend Melo. Yeah, he would.
Hey guys, man, if you guys are into brisket, I got some brisket for you guys, man. Some southern food, man. I got y'all some ribs as well, man, for some first half stats. If y'all down with that southern stuff, southern style. All right. 61-59 is the score. Houston Rockets up by 2. Leading scores for the Thunder. We got Legends Dort. He's got 18 first-half points. He's been playing great. Everybody was calling him Klay Thompson in the chat. And then you got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, only other player in double figures with 12 points. So it's been both of those guys. And then Chris Paul giving you the all-around game. 9 points, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists. So already on his way to a double-double. Actually, even close to a triple-double. All right, for the Rockets, we got – wow, check this out, guys. The leading scorer for the Houston Rockets has been the struggling Eric Gordon with 16. Russell Westbrook's got 8, and James Harden has 10. And then Robert Covington's got 14. So pretty interesting there. All right, so for the first half, Houston not shooting the ball well, 41%. OKC is at 57%. The defense has not been good for Houston at all. And then if you look at the three-point shooting, 40% for the Rockets, but they're only 12 of 30. While OKC, who was not a good three-point shooting team at all during the regular season, they're shooting 52% from three-point range. Free throws are OKC got 3 more free throw attempts, but they missed all 3, while the Rockets have hit all 9 of their free throws. Rebounding is pretty close. OKC has 3 more defensive rebounds, while Houston has 8 offensive rebounds. Both teams are even at 13 assists. OKC has to clean up their turnovers, though. They have 11 turnovers right now. And points in the paint, the Rockets only have a 2-point edge there. So the Rockets have to figure out they're going to have to defend that 3-point line. And besides that, the Rockets have also committed more fouls, so they're going to also have to be careful. Going to have to see who's in foul trouble. But anyway, guys, those are your first half stats as the Rockets lead 61-59 here in the bubble in Orlando, Game 7 for both teams. Do or die, 3-3 all-time, man. Basketball with Lewis and D.
So, that I'm just showing replays of that Jimmy Butler shot, and we got the shot off clean before Giannis Perfect. He just would have missed that shot, man. He just would have missed that shot. It wasn't Giannis Perfect. That didn't alter the shot. And so it just, this goes along with what I say. He should have let him shoot the ball.
Mm-hmm. Just like how we said with Goran Dragic, even though he really didn't touch him, but at least with the legs, he kind of did with Middleton. You just kind of have to let him shoot the ball in that aspect. That's right. Hockey assists are important. That's right. Eric Gordon and Covington have been big. Oh, Jay's making some brisket on Saturday. I'm actually going to a restaurant tomorrow, to a barbecue place tomorrow.
I agree with you on that, Jay.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because the winner gets ran over by the Lakers. I agree with that. I can't see they might pull one game out in that series, whether it be the Rockets or OKC.
And I could give you 3 distinct reasons already. Number 1, LeBron. Number 2, AD. And then number 3, defense. Actually, you could even say 4, rebounding, because you got Dwight Howard off the bench with the rebounding, JaVale McGee, and then obviously you got AD. You have three very, very, very good rebounders, and the Lakers are one of the better offensive rebounding teams in the league. So they'll get second chance opportunities, even though they're not a good 3-point shooting team. And still, no answer for LeBron or AD. So that right there is going to tell you. And the Lakers are a good defensive team. So they'll just get ram-a-lang by the Lakers, whoever wins this. Between OKC and Houston. It's just for Houston to not get embarrassed and lose in the first round, they need to win this game, especially with Westbrook, Harden, Mike D'Antoni, and Daryl Morey, what they're facing, because if you look at James Harden's timeline the last, 2 seasons, it was 2018, he lost in a 7th game in the Western Conference Finals. Last year, lost in 6 games in the second round. And then if he loses in the first round this year, Yeah, that's not going to look good. And then Westbrook hasn't been able to win without Kevin Durant, so he has not won a first round playoff series ever since 2016, and that was with KD. So that's what's on the line for him as well. And shout out to Low Key T in the building, man. Make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel as well, man. Appreciate the brother for coming through.
Low Key T. Here y'all go. This is what Jordan T was talking about. Louis, you know how to increase that picture.
You talking about the scoreboard?
Nah, he was talking about the ball head LeBron James picture floating around.
Oh wow.
Y'all see that? That's what Jordan talking about right there. Old man James. Yeah, I seen that. I think that was pretty funny, Jordan.
I'm guessing they probably got that on the internet.
Oh, sorry, Louis. Yeah, Chopstick. That's actually El Jefe's fourth channel now. You know, he does things to violate guideline community. Community guideline violations and all sorts of things. And no wonder he got his channel shut down again. Like I said, this is his fourth channel. So. He said LeBron needs to shave. I don't know why LeBron keeps that mess on the top of his head.
Listen, man, the fact that AD had to tell him during the game to fix his hair, that right there should just tell you a lot. And he tried to hide it with his damn headband. How embarrassing is that?
And how embarrassing is it for KD to tell you that? As raggedy as his hair be looking.
And they be asking KD, does he comb his hair?
Right, KD look like he got the mange. You know those dogs with the mange? That's what KD look like. He got the mange in his hair.
Yeah, so to answer it's X Austin's question, yeah, your best bet will be trying to get yourself a James Wiseman, though. I think he's the best player available for your Charlotte Hornets, at least to start to build around at the very least. With Devontae Graham and what's the other player that I'm thinking about on Charlotte? Can't remember his name right now, but yeah, if I was to draft, I would go James Wiseman.
Yeah, I think that's their best pick. I agree with that. Jay says if Russ plays off the ball, he needs to go to the left corner 3 area. Best 3-point shot for him and backdoor chances. That's actually a good idea, Jay, because that is. I agree with that. That is his best shot for sure from 3-point land, and yeah, he can get to the basket from there. What you think about that, Luke?
I think Russell Westbrook, I think he shoots his highest percentage when he shoots from the corner. I think it's, but I think it's usually from the left side because he does struggle to shoot from the right side more than the left. So he's gonna. But I think if teams start to fit, well, I think what Russell should do is that he should take the Thunder by surprise and just shoot a couple. And if he starts to make it, the Thunder are going to start to overreact, and then they're going to want to force him away from that spot. And that's where I think Westbrook can take advantage with his drives. So if I was Westbrook, I would try to make myself a decoy and try to get myself open in the corner for some 3-point shots just to get it going a little bit until the Thunder decide to react. And then you could pretty much make a move right there and have a counter. So that's what I would do if I'm Westbrook. If I'm Westbrook, I try to shoot some corner threes, but play a decoy, not to have the ball in my hands. Just be a decoy, get some open shots in the corner, and then have them react. And then that's when I start to drive.
Right. So D-Money says Harden is struggling right now, and if he continues to scoop it up, OKC eliminate Houston from Disney. He will never live it down. But D-Money, I think he's been somewhat critical. I don't think he's thinking it up right now. I mean, you have Eric Gordon and Covington leading for the team. Harden is right behind him. He's in double figures. But if you think about this, D-Money, going into the third and fourth quarter of this game, this is actually what I would believe Houston would prefer for two other guys to be putting in work and not just leaning on James Harden going into the stretch. So let's be perfectly honest. James Harden might be the star, but I think Lewis would agree with this. I would much rather see Eric Gordon or Covington take that last shot. And I mean that because I think they have a much better chance of James Harden is going to take one. So when you got two guys like Covington and Gordon taking off, and James Harden's not playing terrible, Gideon, I don't agree with that. This is probably what you want to see in Houston. You don't want to rely just on James Harden. Russell Westbrook is playing decently, and those two guys are taking off. So I don't know if I can agree with that right now. I don't think he's thinking it up. I think this probably benefits Houston the way it's going. What you think about that, Lewis?
Here's what I will say. What I will say about James Harden is he's going to have to show up in the fourth quarter. Now, I don't know about the last shot of the game, but he needs to have an impact on the fourth quarter. But the key thing for him and Westbrook has to be decision making. Not much more so of just trying to score the ball. Like you want those guys to get involved. But the key thing for me is, again, how is their IQ going to be in a close game? That's what I'm really more so looking for. And I agree with you. I would take my chances with Eric Gordon or Robert Covington taking those jump shots since they've been the best players on the floor right now. I'm Harden, I'm Westbrook. I continue to be decoys because what you want to do is to get the Thunder to overreact, and that way your stars can get involved in the game. So they haven't really been able to. And if I'm Harden and Westbrook, like I said, I continue to make myself a decoy. Move that basketball, get those other guys involved so that you'll have enough energy for the stretch run. But like I said, the key thing is going to be decision-making, not if they could just score the basketball, because you don't want to do it in an unintelligent way. You want to get your points and you want to get them. You want to be intelligent. You want to be smart about it. Don't want to make mistakes that are going to cost you. So you're going to have to limit your mistakes. So for me, it's really more so the decision-making of Harden and Westbrook, because we already know Mike D'Antoni's not going to adjust. All right, guys. So we are back third quarter. Take it away, D. Started the second half.
All right, man. They just put up a little visual about Lou doing. All right, guys. Here we go. Eric Gordon out on the wing. Chris Paul on the defense gives it to Russell Westbrook. And Russell Westbrook drives right down in on Shea Alexander, pulls a quick foul to start this half off. Russell Westbrook go to the line for two. And this is what Russ needs to continue doing. And I do think that, this is a big part of why Russell Westbrook could improve this team, like Lewis said, decision making. So Russell hits the first free throw, 62-59. That's slashing through the lane. As you know, we've seen in the past the Rockets get trigger happy from the 3-point line. And like, we need somebody to slash through the lane. That element Russell Westbrook brings to the table. So Russell hits both free throws, 63-59. Take it away, Lewis.
Hold on, I gotta refresh my stream. Take over for a minute.
It's a network thing. I was hoping yours there. All right, Chris Paul with the ball, guys. He'll bring the ball down for OKC. Chris Paul at the top of the key. Kicks the ball over to Alexander. And mine froze up again. All right, there we go. Steven Adams with the ball, gives it to Gallinari. Gallinari back down inside to Steven Adams. The ball gets stolen. Nice hand by P.J. Tucker. He gets it over to James Harden. James Harden brings it down. And Westbrook inside working on Steven Adams. He can't get the score, but he got the ball back. And the ref calls a double dribble on Westbrook. So that's going to be a turnover on Houston Rockets. Let's check this out here. Yeah, I don't know. So Westbrook got a double dribble, guys. You good, Lewis?
Hold on. Let me see where I'm at.
All right, I got you. So Eric Gordon shoots the three ball, long three by Eric Gordon. And that's what I'm talking about, guys. Gordon feeling it, 66-59. Here comes Alexander with the ball. Alexander drives down into the lane, kicks it in the corner to throw it inside to Adams for the short jump hook. And Oh, wow. What the hell is this? What is this?
Hold on. Oh,
Okay,
wow.
it's Steven Adams. He gets the point. Okay. Wow. Okay, here's what happened, guys. I think that it could have been easily a charge. Dort barrels into PJ Tucker, knocks him down. Adams goes up with a shot. PJ Tucker's on the ground. Adams basically steps on PJ Tucker, and that is a foul ball. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. That was wild. I don't even know how to describe that. Go ahead, Bruce.
All right, man. I'm good. 67-61 is the score, man. Again, make sure to hit the like for both channels as you guys come in. Hit the subscribe button as well. James Harden with the basketball. Gives the ball to Eric Gordon. Westbrook takes it all the way, but he is short on the shot. And Gilgeous-Alexander is trying to get it, and looks like they call a foul on Robert Covington. So the Rockets are going to turn it over.
They also get a bad game call. They pulled a point off of that score. I think it was counted as a 2, so 66-62.
All right, Gallinari with the basketball. Gives it to Shai Gilgeous. Shoots with the right hand. A little short on that floating shot. Rebound is to PJ Tucker, who then gives the ball to James Harden. Here comes James Harden. Decides to dance. And what's he going to do? Is he going for that step back? Yes, he is. And he misses badly. Rebound Steven Adams. All right, like Ron said, here we go. Chris Paul with the basketball. Dribbles all the way left, right. Crosses court to Luguentz Dort. Luguentz gives it back to Chris Paul. Chris Paul with a jab step. Jab steps again. Crosses over on PJ Tucker. Gets into the paint. Shoots a wild shot, and he can't hit. And PJ Tucker with the rebound. Chris Paul strips it, but the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Houston Rocket basketball. Take it away, D.
Chris Paul and his tenacious defense. That guy has some of the quickest hands on defense in the league. He didn't get that one away, but he did not put out a hard pass. All right, here comes Russell Westbrook and a quick whistle.
Might be a
timeout ball. I thought it was a loose ball. Is it a loose ball foul or timeout?
It's a loose ball foul, I think it was, because the Thunder have the ball.
Oh, wow. That's 3 on James Harden. So that was a loose ball foul. Turned over by the Houston Rockets. Here comes Chris Paul. Got James Harden on the defense. Dribbles around the Adams screen. Kicks it in the corner to Dort. Dort thinks about the 3. Crosses up. Covington goes down inside. Pass score. Steven Adams gets the rebound. And he just throws the jump hook. Can't hit. Russell Westbrook comes down with it. Westbrook gets it over to Covington. Back to Westbrook. Westbrook at the top. Mismatch. Steven Adams on him. Pulls up for the jumper. And Westbrook drains the mid-range jumper. 68-62. Chris Paul bringing the ball down. Chris Paul out on the wing. To Gallinari. Gallinari working on James Harden. James Harden falls. Steven Adams inside for the layup. Nice move on James Harden by Gallinari. Here comes Westbrook. Puts the ball back up top of James Harden. Here comes Westbrook. Go down. I got this. Gets it back to Westbrook. Working on Alexander. Westbrook drives on Alexander right to the rack and scores. He's working on the young boy. 70-64. Take it away, Lewis.
All right, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the basketball. He's got James Harden on him. Decides to give the ball to Gallinari, who gets doubled. Oh, and then he turns it over to PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker gives it to James Harden. James Harden dribbles the ball up, goes from the middle to the left, crosses over to the right, and he flails his arms up, and he draws the foul on Luguentz Dort. So he'll go to the line to shoot 2. 70-64 is the score. They're going to have to find a way to get Luguentz Dort more involved, once again, like he was in the first half, because he was killing in the first half, like everybody was saying. Klay Thompson, so they got to find a way to give him some more scoring opportunities. And again, their 3 guards are going to have to play big, though. Chris Paul's going to have to play well in the fourth quarter. Dennis Schroeder's going to have to step up, and then Alexander steps up. If Alexander doesn't, then that's where Luguentz Dort comes involved, if OKC is going to win this game. Harden makes the first free throw, so it's 71-64 is the score. 7-point lead with 8:28 remaining in the third quarter.
And I like what I see here from Houston as well. Driving to that lane, man. You got Westbrook and James Harden getting into that lane. So they're going to need to keep this up. Because what I don't want to see from Houston is those guys get on the 3-point hiatus and start jacking up these threes. And, you know, right now they got a decent lead. Keep driving to the lane and flailing those arms, James Harden. Keep driving to the lane, Russell Westbrook. Leave Gordon and Covington out there on the three-point line because they're hitting the shot. So here comes Chris Paul. Got PJ Tucker on the defense to mismatch he wants. But he passes the ball off to Dort in the corner for a three in the hot man's face. Hot Dort for another three. That's his fourth three-pointer. 67-72. Eric Gordon with the ball. Has the young Alexander on him. Crosses up Alexander, and it's a jump ball. Great defense by Alexander. Getting his hand on the ball on that Gordon drive. 8 minutes in this third quarter, guys. 5-point lead by the Rockets. We got a jump ball. Alexander and Gordon, which we should expect Alexander to win this jump. So they put the ball up, and Alexander does win the jump barely. Well, they get the ball. Here comes Chris Paul out on the wing, Covington on the defense. Chris Paul looking for the Adam screen. And he doesn't use the screen, gets it inside the door, but blocked inside by Covington. James Harden gets the ball to Westbrook, and Dennis Schroeder immediately fouls Westbrook. Defense. Rockets have been playing defense out the whole game. This is just a different Rockets team we're seeing here in Game 7. You know, generally the Rockets fall apart with Game 7. James Harden can't find a way to put the ball in the hole. They don't play defense. Westbrook gives the ball to Tucker in the corner for three. Barely misses. Dennis Schroeder comes down with the rebound. He'll bring the ball down for OKC. Cross-court pass to Alexander. Got James Harden on the defense. Back across court to Schroeder. Schroeder dribbles down inside, but he can't score. Steven Adams working on the ball. He can't hit. Robert Covington comes down with it. Gives it to James Harden. James Harden going on the defense. He's been defending James Harden pretty well this series. Harden looks for the switch, can't get it. Dort stays on him, passes the ball off to Gordon for three in the corner. Gordon can't hit. Chris Paul chases down the rebound. Chris Paul will bring the ball back down. Paul thinks about the three and tries to pass it inside. Good defense by James Harden and deflects that pass out of bounds. 17 seconds to shoot on the shot clock. Still OKC Paul, and we might have a timeout call here.
Yep, so we do have a timeout called. 72-67 is the score with Houston up by 5. With 6:56 remaining in this third quarter, and salute to Juanetta Thomas. Appreciate you, sister, for coming through. Hope everything is good with you in the chat.
Hey, Lewis, do you know what pick the Minnesota Timberwolves got in this draft?
I believe they were the number 1 pick.
I think that the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to shock a lot of people next season. I thought that they was the ones that got that number 1 pick. And look, man, you're putting some extra talent over there with Karl Anthony Towns. You know, hey, man, look, I think Timberwolves may do something next year. What you think, Lewis?
I wonder what the rest of the roster is, because I'm not too familiar with the rest of the roster other than D'Angelo Russell and Karl Anthony Towns. They obviously have to become a better defensive team for sure. But I think at least whoever they draft, at least they could take some steps offensively. They're gonna need wings because they're weak in that department. So got to see what's available for them. But I know they also want Devin Booker. Not much defense is going to be played if they try to get him. And I know it's much of a more friends thing with D'Angelo Russell and Karl Anthony Towns, but we'll see what happens on who they get. But they're going to score points if they try to get Devin Booker. If they decide, let's say they want to try to package him and get the pick to Phoenix, trade the pick to Phoenix to try to get him traded over there. So,
they got Russell. They got Nas Reed. They got Evan Turner. They have Josh. I can't pronounce his last name. Okogie, you know who I'm talking about. They got Jalen Noel, Jordan McLaughlin, Keelan Martin, Jake Lehman, James Johnson. I like James Johnson. Juancho Hermangone, he's pretty good too. Jacob
Oh,
Evans, Jared
he's one.
Cole, and Malik Beasley.
Well, Malik Beasley was a good trade for them from Denver, so that's a nice pick. Hernan Gomez is one of the Hernan Gomez brothers. He's good too, solid player.
He's good. I like Hernan.
Again, salute to Michelle's daughter, and once again, salute to Michelle with the donation. Truly appreciate that as well, Michelle. My Bronx sisters, I always like to call her.
Appreciate you, Michelle. Much respect, Queen.
Did y'all hear that a certain somebody wants Giannis to go to the Golden State Warriors? And I'm like, we're still talking about KD going to Golden State, but he's a certain somebody wants Giannis Antetokounmpo to team up with Golden State. Like, I thought the whole
last year, bro. But if they go out in the playoffs this season, I can see that happening. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the Warriors are back automatically. If Giannis lands there, the Warriors are back. I don't care what anybody say.
And for everybody who hated on Golden State, that's not what they want, because they're gonna say it's not fair.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's too much talent in the lead. It's fair. All right, guys, we're back in action. Take it away, Lewis.
All right, no problem. And Lujan's Dort travels, so OKC ends up turning it over. So 72-67 is the score with 6:50 remaining in this third quarter. James Harden with the basketball gives it to Austin Rivers, then gives it to Jeff Green. Jeff Green trying to give it to Harden, but Harden is getting sandwiched in the middle of the floor. Harden's trying to get open. Good off-ball defense by George. Switches onto Jeff Green and gets the block shot. But then Austin Rivers gets the ball back, but he misses the three. Let me tell you guys, that was good textbook defense by Dort. Being able to stay with one guy and then switch and was able to go on the help. Dennis Schroeder with the ball, but he shoots an air ball. That's not Dennis Schroeder's game. His shot is more short when he goes off the dribble like that and shoots. His is more set. So Jeff Green with the basketball, trying to give it to James Harden. He gets kind of pushes off Schroeder a bit and then gets the ball back. He's got Schroeder on him. Covington tried to set the screen, but he goes away. Covington then comes off the back of Alexander. Harden goes one-on-one with Schroeder, goes into a double, kicks it out to Austin Rivers. He's open for three and misses. The Thunder playing some good defense of their own. Look at the hustle by Dennis Schroeder, but unfortunately was not able to get the ball, and Houston will get it back.
That was a hard. Hey, Lewis, refresh your screen right quick while I take over. You're about 30 seconds behind. Jeff Green at the top of the screen, top of for a three-pointer, and Jeff Green puts it in 75-67. Here goes Shea Alexander, drives down inside, gets cracked up, kicks it outside to Dennis Schroeder for three, and he drops it in the bucket, 70-75. Every time the Rockets put up a three, it seems like OKC comes back down and matches them. Here comes James Harden, and I'm starting to actually agree with G Money here. He's struggling a bit. Austin Rivers can't hit the three. Chris Paul comes down with the rebound over Covington. Impressive rebound by Chris Paul. Chris Paul working on Covington, passes it off to Schroeder. Schroeder dribbles down inside, kicks it outside to Alexander. He dribbles back inside for the short jumper, and he can't hit, but he's fouled by House Jr. So Alexander will go to the line to see if he can bring this game back down to 3. 4 minutes, 57 seconds left in the third quarter, and Alexander will go to the line for 2. You caught up, Lewis?
Yeah, I'm caught up. Might be like about 10 seconds behind, but that should be all right. You got to be concerned if you're the Houston Rockets, man, because you have not been able to pull away from OKC, and they're shooting the ball well from the three-point line. If I'm Houston, even though they're playing good defense, this game is still close. Alexander with the free throw, it is good. 13 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 75-71 is the score with 4:57 remaining. Oh, there's Doc Rivers as his Clippers get ready to play the Nuggets tomorrow. And Alexander knocks down both free throws. Oh, there's Joakim Noah as well. 75-72 Houston on OKC three-point game. Here comes Jeff Green. He's got the basketball. Then he gives it to James Harden, being guarded by, looks like that's Nerlens Noel is guarding him. Nerlens giving Harden space because he's going to play for that drive. Harden decides to shoot the three-pointer. Oh, wow, and he airballs it. What did G-Money talk about?
Yep. That's what I just said. I'm beginning to side with G-Money on this, but historically, guys, let's remember, James Harden has never shot well in Game 7. I mean, historically, like when he falls apart in Game 7, then he's keeping up with tradition. And that was a nice alley-oop attempt to Noel. He misses it, but Dort again comes in. Was on 2 Rockets defenders, 1 point game, 74-75. Nice work by Dort. Yes, sir.
How about that fake by Luguentz Dort on that drive, though?
Yeah, that was nice. And now James Harden again gives the ball away, out of control. But Austin Rivers with the steal, and Rivers comes down for the dunk. And where is the foul? My God, these referees are killing me right now. That was way too much contact on Austin Rivers. So Dort for 3, and Dort can't hit the ball. No, not Rockets to get the ball back. James Harden. I mean, seriously, man, that was terrible. So James Harden gets the ball inside to Green. Green in the corner. Nice ball movement by the Rockets. And dang, House Jr. goes in hard for the dunk. He doesn't get the dunk, but he does get the foul. And that's what I'm talking about, guys. That's what I like to see by these Rockets. Take it to the rack, baby. Yeah, man. Let me see this. Okay, so they showing this play. Yeah, no, that's not a foul. That's not a foul.
Good defense by Dort.
Great defense by Dort. Austin Rivers need to get a little closer if he can't get up, buddy. Austin Rivers tried to glide there, but he didn't have any glide in him. Yeah, man, that was good defense. Dort is playing his ass off, man. He does not want to go home. This is a win or go home game, guys, and Dort is showing up for sure.
And he's doing it at both ends of the floor as well. Shout out to Joseph Rivera as we're in a timeout, 3:27 remaining, 76-74 Houston. It's a 2-point game, guys. It keeps staying close. That's a concern for the fourth quarter. Shout out to Joseph Rivera. He says, what's up? And what's up to you, Joseph? And he says, who's going to win? I actually don't know who's going to win. Just take a look at it this way. Like me and D and a lot of people in the chat have been saying, if the game is close, I'm going with Oklahoma City, unless the Rockets find a way to win a close game and OKC ends up making, some mistakes down the stretch. If Houston can find a way to pull away before this game is over, I got the Houston Rockets. And that's the way that I'm going to look at who's going to win this game. Because the Rockets just show that they cannot play in close games, because you have to look at who's the coach and your 2 superstars. And like I said, in terms of clutch, I trust Chris Paul in a close game compared to Russell Westbrook and James Harden.
Facts. I mean, I'm all with that, man.
Juanetta, I don't understand Stephen A's ulterior motive. Adam is right. Stephen A he is a hypocrite. He's biased for whatever the network tells him to do. Honestly, I've never heard of a man who is so excited to go to California or to South Beach when he can go on vacation anytime he's able to leave. You could go there on the norm. So why is it that it takes basketball for you to go on vacation? It's ridiculous. Stephen A is ridiculous. He is sneaky. Joseph says you should have more subscribers. I appreciate that. And I'll check out my man Speaking My Sports Talk as well. But I appreciate that, Joseph. Thank you so much.
I agree with you, Joseph. Lewis should have 6,000 subscribers and plus. Lewis is phenomenal with the basketball players. Daryl, okay. Let me see. I can't make out your name. I'm gonna call you Darren though. Darren, I appreciate you coming through. It is the third quarter. We're in the third quarter there, and I'm trying to fix my scoreboard right now, but the score is 74-76. Appreciate you coming through, my man. Scoreboard is on the fridge. All right, there we go. Scoreboard back in action.
Let me just refresh to make sure everything is working.
Yeah, they just on show some replays about James Harden and how he's basically tanking right now.
All right, looks like I'm good to go.
And this is why I'm saying too, man. They really may want to consider getting rid of this guy, man. While they got a chance. I'm sorry to say it like that. I know a lot of Rockets fans wouldn't want to hear that, but James Harden is just in crunch time. It just doesn't show up. So House Jr. hits the free throw. We're back in action. Got 77-74. Alexander with the ball, gives it to Dennis Schroeder. Thought about the three-pointer. Puts it to Gallinari, and Gallinari's fouled by House Jr. out on the wing. So it's a loose ball foul. OKC will pass the ball in. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Chris Paul will take a rest on the bench. Alexander in with the ball. Gives it to Schroeder. Schroeder to Gallinari for three. Gallinari can't hit. Rebound, James Harden. Here comes James Harden with the ball. Has Jordan on the defense. Jordan's been doing a great job on James Harden. James Harden. This is at the top. Dribbles around the screen. Gets Noel on him. Double team on James Harden. James Harden, 3 seconds to shoot. Shoots a long three off the front. So James Harden is falling apart again, guys, right in front of our eyes. This is vintage James Harden. This is what we used to see in good ball movement. OKC. Alexander down inside for the score. 1 point game again. 67-77. And James Harden gives the ball to House Jr. He let House Jr. control the ball. Jeff Green almost travels there. And James Harden pulls the contact, hoists up. Shot. And they're not going to give him the shot.
Dude right here. Oh, I see what OKC's doing a really good job defensively, though. They'll send Dortz, and then they'll send Noel on the help when he comes around any type of screen that the Rockets set. So he's facing different kind of switches. So the Thunder, give them credit. And the thing is, there's no Russ on the floor. So they're really mixing up their defense with their switching. And it's they're putting some length on him, so it's really giving Harden problems. Taking away his penetration too.
Yeah, for sure. So Harden seemed like he can only find his points from the free throw line right now. 78. 76, 2-point lead by the Rockets. Dort will take a rest. And they better give him a short rest because that guy's been doing it all right now. Here's Dennis Schroeder. Drives down into the lane and scores right over the top of P.J. Tucker. Tie game. And this is what Lewis talked about, guys. And Russell Westbrook back in. Nice mid-range jumper off the glass by Russell Westbrook. 80-78. Dennis Schroeder thinks about the three. Moves back, pulls the ball back down, and gives it to Alexander. Back to Schroeder. Schroeder. PJ Tucker on the defense. Schroeder. Inside to Noel. And Noel with the nice move inside to score and pull the foul. So OKC will go on top by 2. Noel will go to the line.
Hold on a second.
That's a tie game, 80-80, and Noel will go to the line to take the lead.
Wow. I can't believe – oh, that's what it is. Jeff Green went over to help on Schroeder, and Noel snuck in right behind. I was able to score and tie the game.
Nice move by Noel.
All right, guys. Russell Westbrook with the ball, tied at 80, drops to the middle, gets in the post, decides to go with the left hand, and he scores. And this is what Westbrook's got to do. Jay and everybody was talking about it in the chat. He's starting to get aggressive, play his game, gives the Rockets a 2-point lead, 82-80. Here comes Dennis Schroeder. Oh, beautiful ball fake, the rondo, as they like to call it. Gives it to Shai Gilgeous, and we got ourselves a travel violation on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, so we got a turnover. But look at Russell Westbrook. He's got Chris Paul. Take him to the rack. He can't deal with your speed, and that's that good. Nice play.
Chris Paul with his speed, can't deal with his size. I mean, this is what Rockets need for Westbrook. Go ahead, Lewis.
All right, Eric Gordon with the basketball. Shea Gilgeous on him. Decides to give it to Westbrook. Westbrook, don't shoot that three. He drives to the middle, kicks it out to Jeff Green in the corner for three, and he drains it. Big time shot by Jeff Green. We have an 85-80 game with 50 seconds remaining in this third quarter. But again, like I repeat, guys, the game is still close. All right, Chris Paul with the basketball. All right,
Low Lawrence in the building. Appreciate you, Low Lawrence. Chris Paul with the ball at the top of the key. Chris Paul dribbles on Green, passes it to Schroeder for three, and Schroeder way off on the three. Russell Westbrook comes down with the ball. 4-second differential from the game clock to the shot clock. Russell Westbrook out on the wing. Has Gilgeous Alexander on the defense. Westbrook, 10 seconds to shoot. Westbrook backs up Alexander. Passes the ball out to Eric Gordon. Gordon drives down inside, loses the ball. Gallinari picks it up, passes it ahead to Chris Paul. Chris Paul, mid-range jumper, can't hit. 1 second to shoot, and Westbrook decides not to heat it up. 85-80 to end this third quarter. And will Lewis be right? I think this score is a little bit too close for my liking, and a little bit too close for the Rockets. But let me say this, Lewis. And once again, Low Lawrence, appreciate you coming through, brother. He says Carlton is the new Chris Paul. But let me say this. I agree with you. I do. I agree with you on OKC being close. But what I would like to say is that I would agree if Houston was playing like we traditionally see them play, right? But they're not playing like that. They're playing better defense. Instead of jacking up these threes, they're actually slashing the lane. You know what I mean? They're playing in a different way. Things that we've been complaining about, you and I, for a while now. Again, hopefully somebody on Mike D'Antoni's team been watching Basketball Live with Lewis and D and took some hits. Hey, man, they got to keep down in that lane.
All right, man. So shout out to Juanetta with the $5 donation to the channel. I truly appreciate that. She says, keep up the good work, Lewis. I truly appreciate that. Thank you so much, Juanetta. Now, going back to what D was saying on his point, I agree with what you're saying in terms of how differently the Rockets are playing. The only question is going to be, this is why I mentioned the fourth quarter. Are they going? And they did a good job in the third quarter in terms of how they played defensively because they were playing it. But you're going to have to be who's going to step up for Houston? So far, Westbrook was able to score the last two baskets. But again, we got to see how Harden and Westbrook are in the fourth quarter. Are they going to play that same style in the fourth? Because if you know the Houston Rockets, they tend to change their style always in the middle of a game, whether it's during the middle of a quarter or at some point in the middle of the game. And like I said, Dennis Schroeder is struggling a little bit, but look at that. Chris Paul, 167 clutch points, second in the NBA. And this is a 5-point game. So as well defensively as Houston played, are the two superstars going to make better decisions down the stretch? Because if they don't, then as well defensively as they played, they could easily start to falter on the defensive end. And it usually happens when their superstars shoot them out of the ball game because it can happen. But it's one of those wait and see things for this fourth quarter. So definitely can't wait. So we got to see, obviously, what happens. So let's look into the chat.
Do you know who's number one?
I don't. Who is?
You do know who it is?
No, I don't know who it is.
Yeah, I don't either. But that's pretty impressive that he's number two.
I'm about to say. All right, G Money says Russ has been great so far, but even with Russ's performance, OKC shouldn't have the lead. No, should have the lead, but they missed a big free throw and need to guard the interior. They did before a brief moment, but that was when the Rockets started to play well defensively. And when James Harden was struggling, and then you saw the Thunder tie the game, Russell Westbrook came in and then scored 2 straight baskets, and then they played well defensively. So yeah. Jay says Westbrook was listening to me. Oh, yeah, he listened to you, Jay. He listened to you. Because he literally did exactly what you said.
Exactly. Yeah. I again, I think that honestly, I think guys, if the Houston Rockets stick to this game plan, I think they pull this game out. If they keep, this, you're gonna take your 3 pointers. You're not gonna eliminate 3 pointers from them. And even though James Harden is not, shooting well right now, when he gets to that line, he's doing pretty good. When he gets in the lane, he's doing pretty good at getting to the line. So he's getting his points from the line, and if they can keep doing that, just depend on at this point. If I'm Mike D'Antoni, I'm looking at what's going on in that court, and I would depend more on Covington, Eric Gordon, and Tucker for the threes, and have Harden and Westbrook continue to do what they do. Keep driving down into that lane, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and all right, as we get started, Chris Paul cut it to 3, and then Eric Gordon comes right back and then scores on the layup. So it's 87-82, start of the fourth quarter. So here's Dennis Schroeder. He's got the basketball. He fakes, drives right, nice zip pass inside to Steven Adams, kicks it out to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Alexander, what is he going to do? Alexander puts the ball between his legs, dribbles left, can't find anybody. Schroeder with the extra pass to Paul. Paul drives, and he steps out of bounds, so the OKC turns it over. And real quick before D talks, OKC has 17 turnovers in this game, guys. Houston has scored 25 points off of their turnovers, but it's still a 5-point game. I just want people to keep that in mind.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
You lose those kind of games when you give up that many turnovers and points, but they're still in this game, and it's only 5. Take it away, D.
All right, guys. So we got Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook might be feeling it. Don't want to get put out this round. Russell Westbrook with the ball at the top of the key has Dort defending him. Russell Westbrook goes right around Dort. Don't seem like he can hold up to Russell Westbrook. Nice score and drive by Russell Westbrook. 7-point game. Chris Paul at the top of the key. Has Covington on the defense. Dribbles around Covington. Gets the ball outside the Dort. Back to Chris Paul. Back over the Dort in the corner. Thinks about the 3. Dribbles around Westbrook. Goes inside and pulls the foul on Jeff Green. So Dort is playing lights out right now, guys. What a move inside to get that foul. And he actually almost scored that. So Dort go to the line for 2. On the other end, Russell Westbrook is playing lights out. So is it a Russell Westbrook, Lou Dort battle here? So Lou Dort to the line for 2 points. He shoots the first free throw and drains it. 83-89. Rockets still on top. 10 minutes, 17 seconds left in this game. James Harden sitting on the side, getting him some rest. Dort up for the second free throw, and he drains that. 84-89, 5-point game. Here comes Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook brings the ball down, has Dennis Schroeder on the defense, dribbles around Schroeder, goes down inside. Adams, good defense on Adams. Russell pulls up for the mid-range jumper, can't hit, but tapped in by House Jr. 91-84. Take it away, Lewis.
All right, Chris Paul brings the ball up. 91-84 is the score. Chris Paul with the ball, dribbles all the way to the basket. Nice pass to Dort, and he dunks the basketball. 91-86 is the score. Luguentz Dort with 27 points, 5-point game. Here comes Russell Westbrook. He's really starting to score the ball right now. Chris Paul, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, and 8 rebounds. So it was given to Jeff Green, back to Russell Westbrook, post up, gives it to Jeff Green, wide open for 3. The ball is short. Who's got the ball? It looks like it's going to be Luguentz Dort. So he gives it to Chris Paul. Luguentz Dort has played a great game at both ends of the floor. Chris Paul just pulls up for 3, and he drains it. Uh-oh.
Covington might be hurt. Is Covington
hurt? He is limping a little bit because he came slow back down the court. And just like that, guys, Chris Paul cuts the game to 2 right in transition right here. Pulls up right on Jeff Green. Pulls up. It's CP3 time. We'd say Dame time. It's CP3 time. So we got a timeout. 2-point game, guys. And it's what I just said at the end of the third quarter. James Harden is sitting on the bench. He struggled. Russell Westbrook has picked up the slack, but we got a 2-point game right now. So it goes back to what I was saying. So now the key's going to be again, the decision-making, because the defense has been, it's been good for the most part, but we're at a 2-point game, and that's with OKC with turning the ball over 18 times, y'all.
18 times. Listen, shout out to my man Triple J over here. What's up, Triple J? That's one of my boxing compadres. Triple J says Harden is booty juice. Let's go, OKC. That's why I was laughing. Jordan Cipriani slid in over here. Had to come here for the fourth. I appreciate you, Jordan. Triple J says Chris Paul, the real MVP. You know what, Triple J, I will tell you this. Maybe not of the league, but definitely of that OKC team. Got to give him that. Definitely the MVP for that team. Chris Paul made that team contenders. You know, whether they make it there or not, they're actually contenders. They're in the playoffs. And you got to give that to Chris Paul because people thought that team was pretty much finished after they lost Paul George and Russell Westbrook, but they're still in there and they're fighting to get out of the first round right now. So shout out to Chris Paul, no doubt. Okay. So Louis, you on commercial? I want to make sure we still on the same spot.
I was at the car commercial.
All right, cool. We on the same spot. Gideon says CP3 starting to be aggressive, but OKC needs to handle the ball. Yeah, with all of those turnovers, for sure. That's a fact. Jay Jefferson said the best clutch player in the fourth quarter this season. Could be, man. If he's second in the league in clutch points, well, he's probably second, Jay, I guess, by the statistics, because they just said he's number 2. So I'm not sure who number 1 is, but we can damn sure say he's one of the 2 best players in clutch points. Kerm says, we ain't going down without a fight. I hear you, Kerm. I hear you, fam. Oh, boy. Chopstick says, I'm going for the Rockets. All right, Chopstick. You got a dog in this race? Ain't nothing wrong with that. My man Jay says, ha, 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 Kerm shows up. Yeah, Kerm in the building. G-Money said, Rockets have done a great job on the boards. Man, they've done better and a lot of different facets in this game. G-Money being on the boards is one. I agree with that. They've also, like I said, done a great job with slashing the lane, which we're not used to seeing them do that when they get themselves in trouble. And they're doing a phenomenal job on the defensive end, which we're not accustomed to seeing them, be as defensively efficient as they've been tonight. So, yeah, I agree with that. AP says Lakers going to roll over whoever wins this round. Yeah, I agree with that. All right, guys, so we back. My man Lewis, take it away.
All right, guys, we're back. Okay, what just happened? Never mind. Here we go. Anyway, Russell Westbrook with the ball, 91-89. Ball's given to Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon decides to drive to the middle. Oh, but he turns it over. Chris Paul on the defense. Here comes Dennis Schroeder. Takes it all the way with the left hand, scores, and we got a tie game. That was a costly turnover right there, man, with just under 9 minutes remaining. And we have plenty of time. It's a 91-91 score. All right, man. So Russell Westbrook on the left side of the floor gets a Covington screen. He gives it back to Covington. Then good ball movement by the Rockets. Daniel House Jr. for 3, but he can't hit. Rebound Chris Paul. And guys, check this out. The Thunder can take the lead on this possession. Man, who would have thunk it already? Chris Paul comes off the screen. He then comes off another Luguentz Dort screen. He pulls it back. He's got Covington on him. What's Chris Paul going to do? Crosses over. He dances, shoots a three-pointer, and Chris Paul drains it. Chris Paul has already got 6 in the fourth. OKC with a 94-91 lead, their first lead since 52-50 in the first half. Russell Westbrook, and he barrels into Dennis Schroeder, and Schroeder gets called for the blocking foul. Wait a minute. Russell Westbrook deserves to get a technical for that. Russell deserves to get...
How the hell, sorry, Lewis, but how the hell did Russell Westbrook get away without getting a technical foul?
Wow.
It was really smart for them to pull him off the court at that time because you cannot get in the referee's face like that. He smacked the ball. That is amazing he didn't catch a tech there.
He got in the ref's face, he pointed, and he smacked the ball away and didn't get a tech. That just lets you know right there, man. That's crazy.
Look at that. You gotta be kidding me. So James Harden comes in, unlikely scorer, and he comes in for the score, 93-94. Okay, on top. All right, Chris Paul at top of the key. Has Gordon on the defense. Passes inside to Adams. Adams outside to Dort for the three, and Dort can't hit. Daniel House Jr. comes down with the rebound. He'll give it to James Harden. So now we have James Harden and Russell Westbrook out. Let's see if there's a difference in this game. Covington for three. He's been the hot man, and he remains the hot man. Rockets back on top by 2, 96-94. Covington, bottom of the net. Here comes Chris Paul. House Jr. on the defense. Switch up. Chris Paul has Covington defending him now, directing traffic. 10 seconds to shoot. Chris Paul at the top of the key. Dribbles around Covington. Goes down inside. And Covington with the block from behind, but they called a foul. So Chris Paul will go to the line for 2. Even though he fouled there, good defense by Robert Covington. And, again, I'm just loving the defensive I'm seeing by the Houston Rockets. Just not accustomed to seeing that from this team, especially in Game 7. Yeah,
definitely been a good defensive battle right there by Houston. So definitely good job by them on that possession. 96-94 is the score. Chris Paul at the free throw line knocks down the first free throw. It is 96-95. D, take over for a second.
I got you. Chris Paul with the second free throw, and such a good free throw shooter. Chris Paul ties the game, 96-96. James Harden coming down the court with the ball. James Harden has Baisley on the defense, double team, kicks the ball out to Covington. Covington fakes the three, back to James Harden, 10 seconds to shoot. James Harden behind the back to Covington. Covington shoots the three. And crazy Covington is feeling it, 99-96. Robert Covington and Dort doing it all right now. Chris Paul coming down the court. Has Eric Gordon on the defense. Chris Paul at the top of the key. Uses Dort's screen, sends Dort back down. Eric Gordon still on the defense. Gets it down low to Adams. Adams working on Covington. Short jump hook inside. Adams can't hit. House Jr. with the rebound. James Harden will bring the ball across court for the Rockets. 6 minutes, 20 seconds left in this game. James Harden, step back three. James Harden cannot hit. He's not shooting well right now. Here comes Schroeder with the ball. Works on James Harden. Kicks the ball back outside to Baisley. Over to Chris Paul. Chris Paul directed traffic. Chris Paul, Eric Gordon on the defense. Paul dribbles down inside. And the ball smacked away. Lands in the hands of Dennis Schroeder. Over to Baisley for three. And Baisley can't hit. But they retain possession. And Dort throws the ball away. And I'm not sure. The referee, it's a call on the play there. Chris Paul arguing with the referee. Not sure what's going on here, guys. So I believe that they're going to – I'm not sure what's going on right now. Okay, so the foul is on James Harden. I did see that. James Harden leaned into him. Yeah, he did. Just a little bit. I don't know, man. That's kind of a shoddy foul. He leaned a little bit. Looked like he was going to reach for the ball, but he got his shoulder in the Dort, and I believe that kind of forced Dort out of bounds. So the referees called the foul on James Harden. And we're on a commercial break, so when we come back, it will be OKC's ball. 99-96 three-point game. Man, we have a barn burner here. And G-Money, it looking like you Nostradamus here, my friend. It will go down to the wire. James Harden is playing like garbage. Good call, G-Money. Coincidentally, the Rockets are still in the lead by 3. So, fortunate for the Rockets to be up by 3 with James Harden playing the way he's playing. And, no knock on the OKC Thunder because they're playing well themselves. This is a really good game. Let's see. Triple J say, I'm the only one who thinks Denver can make things very difficult for the Clippers. They match up very well. Well, Triple J, you're always over there on the boxing side of Speak Your Mind Sports Talk, my man, but you're not over here often enough on the basketball side because, no, you're not the only one. I actually picked the Denver Nuggets as the dark horse team on the West Coast. So, being a dark horse team, I think they have the ability to take it all the way to the conference finals. And we shall see. They're doing pretty good. Very impressive 3-1 comeback over the Jazz. Triple J. Sport Advantage says Westbrook don't take no shit. Him and Adams would just bully people. Yeah. Yeah, Westbrook, he don't, man. He don't, but Westbrook better be glad he didn't get a technical foul there, spoiling advantage, because that was just too much being up in the ref face like that. Jake Jefferson, he says, it must be when James Harden is scoring in the playoffs, he's not impactful like he is in the regular season. Yeah, for sure. I mean, he just kind of loses it in the playoffs, but significantly, Jay Jefferson in game sevens. You know, you just go back and you track James Harden in game sevens, and he's historically had issues in game sevens. And that's the knock on James Harden, doing it in the clutch. You know, when it comes down to crunch time, James Harden doesn't generally show up for his team. And that's why people knock him. You know what I mean? James Harden is overrated as well. I don't, you know, he chokes, but the expectations of him in the postseason, I think, may be higher than he produces, Jay. But to call him overrated, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, offensively, you can't deny what he is, and he is the player that he is. But he just kind of falls apart in the playoffs, and that's just an issue. It's a huge issue with him. All right, guys, so we're back off commercial break. Very, very interesting game here. I think we get everything it's worth. Triple J says Harden with another choke job. Might be, it might be Triple J. Yeah, that's true. Chopstick, that's true. He said Harden is setting up his teammates. They need to stop double teaming Harden and let him go one-on-one. Yeah, because he's not really producing. I wouldn't really disagree with that. All right, guys, we're back in. Alexander with the shoulder to Harden, no call. Harden gets the rebound while laying on the floor. That's the first time I don't know if I've seen that. He literally got the rebound while laying on the floor, passed the ball off. Now Harden has the ball at the top of the key, Dort on him, and Harden gets the switch he wants on base. Finally, he gets the switch on Dort, and he passes the ball off to Westbrook for three, and Westbrook can't hit. Basically comes down with the three-pointer, gets the ball over to Dennis Schroeder. Chris Paul on the bench getting some rest, and Schroeder with the hesitation comes down his side, and it just rolls off the edge of the rim. Nice move by Schroeder. He can't get the bucket. James Harden with the ball out on the wing, has Baisley on the defense. They look in the double team, gives the ball to Westbrook. Westbrook almost loses the ball, but Harden tracks it down. 10 seconds to shoot. Harden gives the ball to Covington. Covington over to Gordon. 5 seconds to shoot. Gordon heaves up a three and almost makes it. And it looks like Schroeder gets the loose ball rebound. Here comes Schroeder. Gives the ball to Dort. Dort at the top for three. And Dort drains it again to tie the game. Lou Dort is on fire, baby. 99. Chris Paul looking on at the scorer's table, ready to come in. James Harden directing traffic at the top of the key. Gets the ball over the top. Russell Westbrook right at Dennis Schroeder. He gets fouled. Looks like it was some contact there. Russell Westbrook, he doesn't cry. He gets back down on the defensive end. Alexander with the ball. Has Gordon on the defense. Crosses Gordon up. Passes the ball over the top to Adams. Adams gets stuck up. Gives the ball back to Alexander. Switch. PJ Tucker on Alexander. Alexander dribbles, step back, shoots the three. Can't hit. And Adams with the rebound. And so Adams saved the ball. They're trying to see if the ball hit the rim, if they're going to call it 24-second violation. I could have swore that ball hit the rim. I'm not sure. They get ready to show the replay here, guys. Oh, yeah. It just nicked the rim. So I believe they're going to have to put 14 seconds back on the shot clock. OKC ball. Okay, so now they're looking at the backcourt call because they said that Steven Adams, they hit the rim. He controlled it before it went out of bounds, and they threw it. So it should be an over and back. Let's see what they do with this, guys. Right, so it is backcourt, over and back. Houston gets the ball. Great defense is saved by Steven Adams, but it went into the backcourt. So, yeah, so it's going to be backcourt violation. So finally, good call by the officials here, guys. All right, so wow, James Harden just kind of shoved Dort there. No call on the play. James Harden with the ball out on the wing. Dort on the defense. Dort's been defending him really well. James Harden dances, drives down into the lane, and James Harden finishes at the rack. 101, 99. He took a hit, still no call. Here comes Dort with the ball, and James Harden nearly with the steal. Dort drives down into the lane. Dort almost loses the ball, kicks it out to Alexander. Alexander drives down inside, short jumper. Great defense by Eric Gordon to get the block and the ball on Dort. Eric Gordon tries to take it coast to coast, and Eric Gordon will be called for the offensive foul. So it was a good play by Eric Gordon, but then he comes down a little bit out of control, and they give him the offensive foul. They're not showing. They're getting ready to show the replay here, guys. So let's see. Very, very. Man. I'm not sure. I don't know, man. These feet, to my understanding, these guys' feet are supposed to be planted firmly on the ground, and then you get the offensive call. But if they're shifting their feet, they're not in position. I mean, that's how I understand the play. And it appears it looked like Gallinari's left foot there was on the move, but even still, they still give him the call. Jay said this is not Adams' game. No, Adams is not playing extremely well, but he's doing intangibles. Jay, rebounding, those type of things. But he's not playing. He's not playing, as good as we usually see him play. Say, yeah, I agree. It's just, I agree, Jay. It's just not his night. Yeah, I can't argue with that. I don't think he's having the greatest night either. Triple J said, good job commenting, fellas. Appreciate that. Commentating, fellas. Appreciate that, Triple J. Lou gets Hustle Player of the Year. Man, Lou Dort's doing it all. He definitely does. See, look. Gallinari's foot was literally moving. Look at this. Look. How is this an offensive foul? Neither of his feet were planted, bro. They should turn this over. They should really turn this over. I cannot. So 2 records by OKC tonight. The oldest player with a triple-double in a game 7. Chris Paul just set that record. And also another record set, a rookie with the most points scored in a game 7, Lou Dort. So 2 records scored here. Most points scored by undrafted rookie in game 7. 30 points. 2 records, 2 NBA records scored here tonight. So pretty impressive by OKC. Hopefully they can get those records with a win. That would be even more special. They could set those records and do it in winning fashion. Guys, again, I have no horse in this race. Good luck to both of these teams. I don't think either of them really has too much of a chance in this next matchup against the Lakers. But with that being said, great accomplishment. So I'm not sure the referees are still looking at this Gallinari situation, but I'm not with it. Left foot up, he's moving the right foot over. Gallinari's moving the whole time, man. Look. Feet are not set. His feet was up. His other foot was moving. That's crazy, bro. Unsuccessful challenge. I don't like that call. So Houston loses their challenge. It's an unsuccessful challenge. But to me, that's an absolutely terrible call. Gallinari's feet were never set the whole time he was moving his feet. And that you just don't get a offensive charge. You shouldn't get the whistle on that. Lil Lawrence said, Lug Nuts Dort got skills. Yeah, man. Dort's doing it. You know, he's really Lou gets Hustle Player of the Year. Yeah, y'all read that one. All right, guys. So after the immense time they spent on that play there, they finally back at it. So Houston, no challenge left. And as we seen last game, that's important. Chris Paul gets the ball stolen, and you rarely see that. But Eric Gordon is playing lights out defense right now. Russell Westbrook down inside working on Gallinari, and Russell Westbrook can't hit. Here comes OKC, Schroeder all the way down and block by James Harden. Are we seeing the Houston Rockets play defense, guys? Are we in the twilight zone? Unbelievable. Nice defense by James Harden. I can't believe I'm saying nice defense by so many Houston Rockets players. Okay, here comes Schroeder. And boy, Eric Gordon is so impressive this game. Fighting with Steven Adams for the rebound. He gets the rebound and he gets the foul. Lewis, you're back, my friend.
Yes, I am. Sorry, had a little emergency, but I'm back.
No sweat, bro. That's why we got the duo. You covered me when somebody hit my car that night.
All right, let's hope we got a 101-99 game. All right, man. So James Harden with the ball, being guarded by Luguentz Dort in the post. Let's see. He gives it out to PJ Tucker, gives it right back to James Harden, then gives it to Russell Westbrook. Gets wide open with the left hand, but he can't hit. Rebound Steven Adams. I know G Money's saying that Adams needs to step up, but it's hard for him when he's not really a scorer. So I don't know which way more he could really step up because he's not really much of a scorer. It's going to have to come from your guards, Schroeder, Alexander, and Chris Paul. All right, Dennis Schroeder gets into the lane, but I think he took a bad angle on that layup and he missed. He was claiming he was fouled, but did not get the call. All right, so here comes Eric Gordon coming back on the left side of the court. We're about to reach under 2 minutes remaining. Russell Westbrook with the basketball. Gets in post position. Notice there's no James Harden on the floor. He passes it to PJ Tucker in the corner for three. Oh, but Covington on the offensive rebound. Oh, he misses that. Chris Paul with the rebound. OKC with a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession. Cross-court pass. Good extra pass. Alexander in the corner for three, and he drains it. He drains it. Bottom of the net. 102-101 with 142 remaining. OKC with a 1-point lead. Take it away, D.
Unbelievable. It is coming down to the wire. G Money, good call. This game will go down to the wire. Here comes James Harden has Alexander on the defense. James Harden drives down inside, passes it out in the corner to Tucker. Tucker puts the ball down, gets into the lane and scores. Houston back on top. Nice move. That's what I'm talking about, Tucker. He put that ball down on the floor, took it to the lane and scored. 103, 102, 1-point game. Here comes Chris Paul. Covington on the defense. Alexander kicks the ball back out to Dennis Schroeder. Great defense by the Houston Rockets. Chris Paul around the Alexander screen. Good switch by the Rockets. Alexander goes down inside. Gets stuck up. Nowhere to go. Schroeder, last second three-pointer. Can't hit. Great defense once again by the Houston Rockets. So here comes Gordon. Chris Paul tries to body him. And what the hell? What? Oh, my God, bro. I can't deal with it. It's killing me.
Oh, my. Oh, wow. What is going on here? Oh, wow.
Thank you. Damn it. It's like he heard me. Time out, damn it. What is wrong with these coaches, bro? What the hell is wrong with these referees? Too much goddamn contact right there in the middle of the court. What the hell took Mike D'Antoni so long to call a timeout? Like, are you kidding me here? Are we watching basketball? Jeez. Sorry, guys. I got too excited right there, but I'm just I see that much foolery at one time, I just can't take it.
Man, that is unbelievable. I cannot believe Mike D'Antoni took that long to call a timeout once he got the call. But there was too much contact as well, though, on both ends. I'm like, are the refs gonna make a call? So they actually let them play, but they'll give out BS calls throughout the game. Like, I didn't even get that part, and it was obvious contact. But Mike D'Antoni, man, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Like, you should have called the timeout already.
I think win or lose, he needs to be fired. I don't, even if they go all the way to the freaking finals, he needs to be fired, man.
And the crazy part is, I just don't see the Rockets going to the finals. If they somehow get there and prove me wrong, that's fine. But it's like they got to win the championship. It's not even just about getting there. Because if you look at Westbrook and Harden's legacy, it's like they need a ring. And I'm sorry. It just, I don't know. With those two, it just seems like if they're not going to end their career with a championship. Unless something changes, man. I don't know, man. But it's been a great game, though, coming down to the wire. Man, look, a lot of contact. You could have made a case that Adams fouled Eric Gordon on that play.
Right.
And then Harden tried to draw a charge. CP3 got hit a little bit on that shot. And then Mike D'Antoni takes forever to call a timeout. Like, what is going on, bro?
It's just terrible. If you see all of that conspiring, you call a timeout. As soon as your team gets the ball, you call a timeout. All right, guys, so we're back in. James Harden with the ball. Mr. Choke-up artist. Don't know if he want the ball in his hand, but he got it. 15 seconds. James Harden drives down into the lane, kicks the ball out, and almost gets it stolen. Now, let's see what play is drawn up here. Do they put the ball in James Harden's hand? Do they put it in Westbrook's hand? I will put it in Gordon's hand.
I'm surprised Harden was not aggressive. All right,
Westbrook misses the layup inside. Here comes the Thunder with a chance to take the lead. 1 second differential on the game clock. And Chris Paul seems like he's going to try to win it all. Chris Paul nearly gets the ball stolen. Alexander comes down with the ball, throws it across court. Dort for three, and it's blocked by James Harden.
Wow. Huge defensive play.
James Harden with the defensive play. 1.5 seconds. Guys, we are in the twilight zone. Defense wins this game for the Rockets. Call him a choke-up artist again. Clearly, James Harden saved this game for them, right? Can we give him that credit? I mean, because he didn't play well, right?
Nope.
But intangibles wins games, guys. He gets the block. He gets those legs up. He doesn't allow Dort to hit him with the ball.
What a meme right there.
Triple J say he's still a damn choke-up artist. I hear you, Triple J. Hey, man, well, we got to give James Harden his props tonight, guys. Come on now. Come on, guys.
Wait, Clay Pro, but your team is up 1, bro. What do you? Your team is up 1. I don't see where the rigging is happening though. It's true. James only plays defense when he wants to, but hey, he needed to on that play because Dort would have got a good look. And you know what the old saying goes, it's a make or miss league. Jeff Van Gundy said it, and he closed out. When James Harden wants to, he could be a good defender when he wants to. And they give him the heads up credit though. Dort tried to bounce it off his leg, and look at James Harden.
Oh, whoa, guys! It may not be over. Lou Dort had the ball. Before he threw it out of bounds, Chris Paul was calling a timeout, extra play. So it may be 1 point. What they're saying, it may be 1.7 seconds on the clock. OKC ball because he called for the timeout prior to Dort throwing the ball out.
Wow, this is crazy. Oh man. So they called the timeout before that. That's crazy. So it looks like they're gonna get that call. That hold on. That's a heads up play by Chris Paul though. If they give him that call. Let's see where it's at. He called it with 1 point, like about 1.9 or 8 seconds.
1.6.
So they said
let me ask you this, Lewis. Is that a reversible call?
I don't know.
See, now I'm like with Clay Pro on this. Maybe he was ahead of us and he's seen this foolery right here.
Oh, that's probably what it is. That's
probably what Clay Pro was talking about. And if that's what you're talking about, Clay, I might be with you because, bro, if the ref don't see the call, is that a reversible call? If he doesn't see him call the timeout?
I don't think this should even be a reversible call because of the point in time of the game, though. And in that situation, I'm kind of surprised. Now I see what Clay Pro is saying. So Clay Pro,
I see what Clay's talking about.
My mistake, Clay Pro. So my apologies. I see what you mean. They really should not even look at this call because at this point in the game, it should not be reversible.
Right. That's the same thing Jay is saying. Triple J, Triple J, I'm with that. He said under the shot clock, I don't think it's reversible, but it appears they may reverse it. Look, this gives a lot of validity to people that claim that this game is rigged. But what I can't understand is this whole game, let's be honest, it seems like the calls have been favored for OKC, not the Rockets. Right? Seems like these calls are favored OKC, not Houston here. Pretty amazing, guys. Pretty amazing. G Money, my man Gideon called it. He called it down to the wire. This will go. Great call, G Money. All right, guys, this is it. Who gets the ball? Is it Dort, the hot man? Is it Chris Paul, the clutch shooter? Who gets the ball here?
Wait a minute. Houston is out of timeouts?
Yeah, because they lost it on the challenge.
Oh, they were the ones that challenged it. Oh, wow.
Yeah, they lost on the challenge.
Wow.
So they lost it on the last challenge. Remember the Eric Gordon Gallinari situation? That's where they lost their last timeout.
So it's 2 points. So it's 2.7, but the Rockets have the basketball. So OKC's got to foul quick. And the foul happened with about 2.2 or 2.1 seconds because it went down to two seconds. OKC has 2 full timeouts left, and they have a foul to give, which was their foul to give right now. So the next one they got to send to the free throw line. They got to be quick.
They got to get this ball to James Harden. Come on, Westbrook. Throw the fucking ball into anybody. Dude, he's about to blow it. He was about to blow it there.
Oh, man.
This is driving me insane. Westbrook, man, I would have reached through the screen and choked the hell out of him.
All right. Shout out to Prince DeWitt. He says, put the ball in CP3's hands. Well, let's see what happens because they know the ball's going to go to CP3.
And guess what? Guess who they have at the line? Somebody who is cold as ice in this quarter. Let's see. And he can't. Oh, he hits it. It bounces around. I thought it was off. He hits the first free throw. So it's a 2-point game, guys. Can you put the pressure on? Can he make it a 3-point game? 3-point shot or nothing?
Oh, wait, D. Will he miss it on purpose, too?
Well, they got 2 timeouts, so I wouldn't do that.
Well, it depends on who gets the rebound, too.
Okay, they got it. So he did miss it. 1.2 seconds on the shot clock. No, I mean, I think he probably tried to hit that. He just missed it. You know, he's not the best free throw shooter. But I definitely would have tried to make that. Because, okay, with the timeout to try to run the time down, right? If you make the 3, then you force a 3-pointer. You see what I mean? You force them to hit for 3. But if you let them get it like that, and it's a last-second shot, say they put up a 3-pointer and drain it, then you gave up the game. So in that situation, with I think 1.4 is a little bit too much time. If you're talking about like 1 second, you know, like 1 second even, then yeah, I would miss on purpose because you'll take at least 0.2 of a second off. But no.
Oh, by the way, shout out to Doug Banks, man. Salute to you, man. I didn't forget about you. I saw you in the comment. Was just waiting to try to get all this cleared up. And again, salute to Doug Banks. Appreciate you coming through, my brother.
Now, Lewis, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you foul automatically here?
If I'm Houston, you got 1.1. They don't have a foul to give. So what they would have to do is I would say defend the possession because I mean, you could do it, but it's like it would because they're gonna have to deny CP3 the ball, and hopefully they could get it into the hands of probably if they could somehow get it to a Steven Adams type. Maybe let's see.
But that was my thing. If anybody but Chris Paul with that 91% free throw shooting gets the ball, I would say foul him. But I think you're right. They're gonna let him play it out.
They need to. They're up 2, and they don't have a foul to give. So I just think it's better that they just do that. Let's see what happens. Here we go.
They gotta run a timeout here, guys. Shai Alexander couldn't get the ball in.
So that's that would be OKC's last timeout.
Oh my goodness, guys, this is never going to end. They may have called a foul. They may have called a foul before the clock.
CP3 at his work again. And remember, Houston, if they don't have a foul, CP, come on, man, really, bro?
Look,
I'm getting tight.
That's too much. That's too much.
This is crazy, man. This is crazy.
Tech. Give him a tech. Come on, man. They let Westbrook and Chris Paul get away with way too much in this game.
Yo, this is crazy.
Francisco, what's up with you? I love you guys. I should have donated $100. Listen here, man. I appreciate the thought of you donating to me, my man. But just the fact that you're here enjoying the game with us, we really appreciate you, Francisco.
Oh, I see what they're saying. With Eric Gordon grabbing Gallinari's jersey, but I mean, even with that, man, it's just like that was calls that should have been made in favor of Houston because they've been trying to keep OKC in this game. So if I'm that, Chris Paul has been trying to get every single call since God knows when. I'm sorry, I'm not. Look, I love CP3, but he's not getting that from me. I'm sorry.
So that foul was called on James Harden, actually.
that would be free throws because they have no fouls to give. And it's still at 1.1, and that foul happened off the ball. I'm surprised because there was another foul on the play with Eric Gordon on Gallinari. So they're fortunate that he didn't get called for that one. Oh my God,
Who did he foul?
Mr. Pringle, man. Wait, are they saying that James Harden fouled Chris Paul? I don't think so. I think the foul was Eric Gordon with Gallinari. I don't think the foul was on James Harden because I don't even think James Harden even really touched CP3. They were close, but I don't think he touched him.
Yeah, it was Gallinari. He might have said the wrong name, but that's another, Chris, I wouldn't want to foul either one of these two guys.
Gallinari is a very good free throw shooter. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait, it's a tech?
On James Harden? And they get the ball back.
Nah, bro. You know what? Nah. Man, he missed it. The ball don't fucking lie, but that's, man.
That's it. So now
Clay Pro, touche, my friend. I am with you. I'm with Clay Pro all day long. Bro, it's like the referees are literally almost trying to take the Rockets out of this game. That's just how I feel about it. This is ridiculous, man.
Yo, they calling a timeout? Yeah.
Yeah, they're using their last timeout. They're going to try to draw up a play here, but this is a wild game.
Hold on. But here's
Francisco
what I do.
says Shai or Schroeder. I say Shai, Francisco, Shai Alexander, because he's got a higher ceiling, in my opinion.
Hold on, man. Is it me? I felt like there was even a free timeout even on this play when Chris Paul tried to get this whole thing reversed. It's almost like OKC even got 2 timeouts because they didn't even get to win the other one.
They had 2 left. When Chris Paul called that timeout, they did have 2 left because I was watching the timeout. So this is their last one.
No, but that Eric Gordon play though, he did foul Gallinari. I'm just thinking that they were calling on Chris Paul though, but I was like, that was no foul on there, but that actually was the right call though, because Eric Gordon was all over Gallinari's jersey. It's just Gallinari's
jersey.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna get away with that, but that didn't happen. All right, so OKC has got a tire win. Well, let's see what happens, man. 1.1. This is the longest 1.1 I've ever been a part of. This is taking an entire hour just to end in a 2-point game. Crazy.
And I agree with you, Jay. He said the Rockets shouldn't even be in Game 7. Facts.
I wouldn't say Gallo
Good
choked the
defense.
free throw.
Good defense. Good defense. And once again, at the end of the game, defense saves the game. Defense. What a game, guys. G-Money, you the man. Good call. It came down to the wire. The referees. Shout out to the Houston Rockets, man. Let me say this right quick. I'm going to let Lewis jump in here. But I want to say this. Shout out to the Houston Rockets for pulling away with this game. I agree with Day. They shouldn't even, Triple J, they shouldn't be in Game 7 with this team. But the Rockets played an entirely different game, guys. You got to admit that we used to seeing these guys play. They slashed the lane, high defensive intensity. You know, things that we're not, the intangibles we're not used to seeing these guys do. They switched it up, you know. They switched it up tonight. And, you know, shout out to him, man. All respect. Look at that. Defensive play right at the end. He could have got a foul call there, but even still, they called enough damn fouls, so good no call.
Jay says it don't. Jay says it don't matter. The Rockets will be back in Texas in no time.
Oh, that's hilarious, Jay. Yeah, they'll be back in Texas outside of the bubble. What do you say, Jay? 4 or 5 games, Jay. What do you think?
Now, listen, G Money. I hate to say it, man, but I don't think you could really use the word choke with OKC, man. That's sometimes I feel like you use that word a little too loosely when you say the word choke. I don't think OKC choked this game, to be honest. Gallo did miss that free throw, but you got to give the Rockets credit. They defended those last possessions real well, so got to give it credit. That block by Harden was huge. If he doesn't get there, Lugens gets a good look. Now, if he shoots an air ball, that's a choke because he didn't even brace rim. But I wouldn't call that a choke job. OKC did what they could.
Money. Oh my bad, Lewis. But not only that, G Money. How do you choke when you're coming from behind? Dude, they came from behind to try to win the game. They couldn't pull it off. That's not a choke. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? G Money. Let me tell you something, Lewis. I see what happens with G Money sometimes. G Money, my man, he get mad too. I know. But G Money, when he make a pick, he make a call. He don't like it not to go his way. He don't like it not to go his way. G Money, don't worry, brother. I do a prediction show every day, and I get a lot of them wrong. You can't be biased with your predictions. You gotta call the game how it goes. Regardless, dog. And I know you predicted OKC, but they couldn't pull it off. You know what I mean, G Money? It wasn't a choke, though, man. I think those dudes played extremely well. You had Chris Paul set a record. You had Dort set a record. And they were coming from behind trying to put this game to bed. So I don't think they choked. And the Rockets, more importantly, didn't choke at the end. That's what's more important to take away from this game. OKC lost. They were supposed to lose. Well, let's give respect to the Rockets because they didn't choke. James Harden didn't play well. But did he choke at the end of this game? I can't say that.
Hold on. And here's the thing, though. The thing with Chris Paul, that's a tough situation right there because Chris Paul was playing well up to that point. The problem is that they were going to double Chris Paul, so he had to give that ball up. I don't see how he was going to be able to dribble to that right side without getting somebody to come double him. Because the thing is, the Rockets know that he was going to get the ball in his hands at the end of that game. So Gallinari, his free throw was big, but they had an opportunity to win. And listen, salute to Karam for coming in here, man. OKC had a great year. They weren't even supposed to be here, guys. They weren't supposed to be here. And looks like we got the top 4 seeds in the West battling out. Ratings. Lakers, Rockets, Nuggets, Clippers. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, so at the end of the day, it was a great season, man. And it's crazy that Houston won this game. They didn't win this game on offense. They won it in a different way with defense. Shout out to Akleo L. He says, haha, like y'all lost. Well, I don't know who he's talking about, but I'm not a fan of either one of these teams. It was just a great game.
Yeah, whoever that was, what is his name? Yeah, Akleo L. Here, understand something about us, buddy. We call it straight down the line. We don't have a horse in this race. This is commentary. You can't be biased when you're commentating. So somebody's team lost, but it wasn't us.
And G Money said they'll face each other for the first time since 2004. Yeah, Jay's right. G Money, you're way off on that one. They haven't played each other since 2009. That was the last time they played each other. So yeah, you were wrong on that one.
Hey, Top Six says Harden showing his playmaking and passing abilities today. LOL. Hashtag Harden fanboy.
It was
That's what's up, Top Six.
It was 2009, Clay Pro. That was the last time they played each other. That was when Kobe's Lakers were going to the NBA Finals those 3 straight years from 08 to 010. And it's like what Ron said, man, and much respect to Karan, man. OKC fought to the very end. Look, there were stretches where I thought OKC was going to take this in the fourth quarter because there were stretches of that. But again, give the Rockets a lot of credit. They defended their asses off in this game. And the thing was that even if this game is in the 100s, it was in the low hundreds. So this was a defensive battle down the stretch. And both teams did it, man. So,
bro, you got 2 significant block shots and a steal from James Harden. Defense, man. Like this game this was a great game. It shouldn't even have been this close, but it was still a great game. And man, much respect to Chris Paul, man, and the OKC. I got to give respect to both of these teams because the Rockets playing, doing things that they needed to improve on to win this game. But you just got to give much love and respect to the Oklahoma City Thunder because they weren't supposed to be here, guys. They were not supposed to be here. More or less, they weren't even supposed to make the playoffs. They're one of those teams sort of like the Toronto Raptors, doing much more than anybody expected them to do. So shout out to OKC. They had a good run this year. Looking to see some big things from that team next season. And great game, man. I appreciate all you got. Mr. Chris Wedge in the building. What's up, Chris Wedge?
He says a gentleman's sweep awaits the Rockets next against the Lakers. Most likely, pretty much.
What's your favorite player ever? Francisco said, "What's our favorite player ever?" Mine is Jordan, bro. I can't even lie. Jordan.
No, it's Jordan for me. I'm sorry. Just what he did on the court. What he did on the court, impact globally. There's just no other. Listen, if you want a guy like Will Chamberlain as your GOAT, that's fine. Even LeBron, I get mad with the narratives with him. But again, if he's your personal greatest of all time, I don't got an issue with that. I just no. What I mean is that for people to speak objectively and stop getting all emotional if you don't got LeBron as the greatest of all time, that's my issue.
Right.
Like I said, in my opinion, at best he's top 10, but he's not a top 5 player. I don't care what anybody says, in my personal opinion, and he's not top 3. He's not top 2, and he ain't the greatest. That's just me personally. If you want to have him there, that's cool. But I'm a number 1 all time is no doubt MJ. And Jay says his is Zeke because he's from the Detroit area. Again, shout out to the Motor City. But yeah, no. If you love Zeke, man, that's awesome too. Zeke is one of the greatest players ever. It's a shame he gets disrespected like that by the media because they have him so low on the all-time list when clearly to me Zeke is anywhere from top 15 to top 20. And I have Zeke in the top 15. So I just don't think it makes sense that Zeke is in the 40s when Isaiah Thomas is clearly a top 15 player. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a fact. I'm going to have to use your scoreboard, Lewis. My scoreboard, this thing that I found is on the fritz. How they got 102 to 103 final. It's sitting on my screen now. Well, up in the corner, it says 102 to 104. Yeah, I'm done with this scoreboard. You're done. Anyway, hey, everybody over here on the Speaking Mind Sports Talk side, Lewis and I really appreciate you guys. Francisco, thank you, my friend, for coming through. This is Francisco's first time in. Hope you enjoyed everything, Francisco. We're going to be here the entire playoffs, Francisco. So let everybody know the action is with Basketball Live, Lewis and D. And y'all know how I always end this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.